What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. What's going on, good people? Episode 135 is here. We are live and we are ready for an amazing, dope ass show tonight. So I hope everybody is ready. Make sure you grab your drinks and your snacks. Shout out to all of those who have liked and shared the video. We truly, truly, truly appreciate you. Shout out to all the members in the chat. I see you. What's going on? What's going on? Is everybody staying cool? It has been a beautiful weekend so far. So I hope that everybody has had a chance to get out, get in the sun, and have some fun. We're ready for a great show tonight. So I hope that you are. Tap in. What's up, Mr. Nelly Nell? You around, sir?
What's poppin', people? What's poppin'? Hey, welcome to another episode of Uncensored Minds Reloaded over here again, as we have been stating, we reloaded. So thank you for joining us. We're gonna call this the dedication show. We dedicate it to y'all, and we're gonna elaborate on that a little later. But let's get right into the get into. All right, so this is Uncensored Minds episode 135. Guilty or not guilty is the question. So, Ish, you talked about the weekend and how amazing and beautiful it is. As some of y'all know, I'm away right now on vacation, out of the Philadelphia area. We had kind of a tragedy in our city,
Yeah.
right? So we hope and pray that if anybody was on 95 this morning, traveling northbound, that everybody is safe. We heard there was no casualties. No one was hurt. No one was injured, which is a good thing. Whenever an interstate collapses, wherever it collapses at, you'll typically, especially in a big city like ours, we'll see cars on there. But by the grace of God, there were no cars. So everybody is safe. I know people have called and texted and checked on me, making sure I was good. Yes, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. My vacation is going well. I appreciate everybody reaching out, making sure that. Let's just jump right into it. Ish, what's the icebreaker question of the day?
The icebreaker question of the day. And listen, don't we need some ice? We need some ice because it is hot.
Nice.
It is hot.
Popping.
It is popping,
Okay.
okay. But seriously though, now like over the past week, what has been in the air? I mean, we've been hearing all around social media, and we also have some of our members that are residents of New York, and we've reached it's reached us here in Philadelphia, the Canadian forest fires that have shaken up the air quality and have caused a lot of chaos within the states, and traveling from Canada down New York, Philly, Jersey, Delaware, and even further down. So what was your experience? I mean, we saw a lot of the social media stuff.
My experience was horrible.
Yeah.
First and foremost, was starting to feel the effects Monday night when I left work. The air was very thick. It had a smoky smell to it, and not knowing what was going on, you kind of just thought it was a fire somewhere. Going home, I'm like, damn, this fire somewhere in the area, because where I work versus where I live, it's probably a 20 mile stretch or whatever like that. But then turning on the news and seeing that it in fact was those fires that were in the Canada area, and it was making its way down the whole eastern seaboard.
Mhm.
It was the hardest hit areas of it outside of Canada was the city of New York City. I know they, just from news reports, Instagram, all of the social sites we're seeing where people were posting, the sky was orange, the air was thick. It looked like the apocalypse, was here. It just had a very eerie feel because we've never experienced that before, ever, in our lifetimes. Typically things that we see on the movie, and that air, the air quality, just the whole thing can be felt all the way down from New York all the way down to, just up into my family now, who I'm around here in the South Carolina area. They even, were feeling the effects. So, it made its way down, and it was just a real bad situation. And it still hasn't gotten better. I mean, it's gotten better. It still not have has not went away. The fires are still burning. up
Mhm.
there. Have no containment right now, but um, we're exploring. Just from looking at the news report, why it actually happened to us here is because we had two low pressures that we were sitting in between.
Right.
One to the west of us, and then one to the east of us, and we were right smack dead in between both those low pressures. Even though the weather was nice, if the skies were clear, it would have been really beautiful weather. That jet
Yeah.
stream pushed the wind from Canada down because the winds were coming from out of the Canada area. Typically we'll see winds either from the Canada area or from the southern, from south, and we were experiencing winds because of those two pressures. It had to be funneled through those pressures. You hear me, meteorologist, like
I
on my
know. I know.
meteorologist right now. But
Mhm.
that's why it was so heavy for us here, in the East Coast. The winds had changed by Thursday, and we started to see some relief in the Philadelphia area.
Mhm.
But a lot of things were affected. Just a lot of things were affected. I know, speaking of family members who were trying to make their way down, down to where we were vacationing at right now, was saying they couldn't get out of town. Flights were delayed, flights were canceled.
Yeah.
Good thing it happened at the beginning of the week, and not the end of the week, because a lot of us would have been impacted heavily, traveling, by plane down where we're at now.
Yeah.
Um, it affected a lot of our crops that we have. Um,
Mhm.
a lot of things were destroyed, and so, and
Yeah.
then two respiratory systems were working overload just to
Breathe.
the bad air that comes in there and try to pump that out. I know I
Mhm.
experienced a lot of that. I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop talking and let you.
Yeah.
How did you
No, my
feel?
mom didn't even like we had to like literally keep my mom in the crib because she if she would have came out and been trying to deal with that, even with a mask on, it was you was still able to like smell and inhale that stuff even through a mask. Cause I know at one point when it was pretty bad, like I was wearing a mask. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So I can't imagine like with the people like that were closer, to the site, what they experienced. Although I was one of those conspiracy theorist people. I'm still kind of skeptical about, actually what was really going on. Because I ain't seen nobody from Canada really post no shit. But that's another story for another day. We'll
So,
see.
hold on. We can't break the ice if we ain't breaking the ice.
We breaking
What
it
is
then.
just what are your theories then? So, having a conspiracy theory on this topic right here, what do you think is actually going on? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it can be a lot of different things that could be happening. I mean, our environment as we know it is changing anyway. There's a lot of uh, problems with our earth as we know it. So, it could be a number of things. I mean, people believe in alien sightings that are happening. People believe, the apocalypse is coming. People believe that, the red sun was not necessarily from smoke or smog, but rather, a coming of another planet. A lot of people had a lot of things to say, and I definitely listened to some of it, and I have some thoughts of my own. I won't share them here. However, I still have yet to see a Canadian hop on TikTok, which they can hop on TikTok for everything else. I still have yet to see a Canadian hop on TikTok and show us what was going on in their backyard, and really how they were being affected. I have yet to see a video, so I would be interested to see, some Canadians tap into that. Otherwise, I'm just thinking some kind of cover up or something. The government doing something. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. I've heard all those conspiracy. I've heard all those theories as well. I work with a number of people. I heard some people saying it's the government just, doing some things, and they're just trying to distract us from what they're trying to do, and at some point it's going to come out. I heard that. Um, a number of different things. A number of different things. They said satellite images where the fires all started at the same time. Typically, you
Yeah.
don't see that They said it was a lightning strike, but they said the weather on that day in Canada, where the fires originated at, was clear and sunny, with no signs of. So who knows? Who knows what's going on?
Right.
We live in a world, as we know it, that is full of um, surprises, unnecessaries, false information, misleading information,
Mm-hmm.
propaganda, all types of different things. We can spend all night talking about those things. But
Yeah.
hopefully everybody is safe. Everybody is doing well. Hopefully nobody has had any major issues with it. I know my sinuses and my allergies were really really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One night I actually contemplated going to the hospital because I was having really bad chest pains, and my breathing was very labored. By the grace of God, I prayed and just asked, "Hey, please, whatever you want to do, God, please just wake me up tomorrow morning, and I'll
Yeah.
figure it out."
How about that?
And I'm here. But most people are not as fortunate. I had the opportunity to get out of the town, out of the city, for an extended period of time here on vacation. So, just rejuvenating myself, getting my system back in order, and having a good time. So let's start the show. Let's get into it. Thank you everybody again for joining us here at Uncensored Minds. The reloaded,
Mm,
segment of Uncensored Minds. We got a great show for y'all tonight. We put a
facts.
lot of prep into here. We got a lot in
Absolutely.
store tonight and
Absolutely.
also tomorrow when our exclusive content drops. And we just want to continue to keep pushing forward. Shout outs to everybody in the comments for being here. We appreciate y'all. What we got going on, Isha?
Thanks. Before we get into the entertainment quick spin, though, those top fans memberships are available now. As Nell stated, normally the members only content drops in the early part of the week, so you can't watch it if you are not a member. So make sure to run and grab those memberships. They are available now. Shout out to all the members that is in the chat right now. We appreciate you. Salute, salute. We got some good content coming for you this week. And again, if you are not a member, make sure you run and grab those memberships. You don't know how, hit one of us up. We'll be sure to, make sure you get tapped in, because listen, it's going to keep coming, keep flowing. I know it's going to be some good members only content coming up, and we're going to keep it coming. So make sure you run and grab that. All right, entertainment quick spin. Nell, 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 Nell. So, did you guys hear? Did you guys hear? Young Thug's brother, Quantavious Greer, okay, is going back to prison. 9.5 years. He is going back after violating his probation. He had a plea deal in place, and yeah, this mofo violated. I don't
So,
understand how you get a great deal such as he got and you violate
mhm.
it. What you think about it? Do you know what's going
so,
on?
eh, so we want to tap into some of your resources as being our resident legalist here on the show. We're going to definitely talk to you about that, the ramifications of what that is. But Unfunk, as his rap name is known in the rap community, also known as Quintavious Griffin, is Young Thug's brother. Greer, I'm sorry, I'm talking about Griffin.
Mhm.
Is Young Thug's blood brother. If you know who
Mhm.
Young Thug is, he's a rapper out of the Atlanta, Georgia area who is facing an indictment right now. The leader of YSL record label. His other associates are Young Gunna and Lil Goddard and people like that. He was given the opportunity to take a plea, and that plea granted him a release. And as I sit here and shake my head, you was given a free. We use get out of jail free card,
Yeah, pretty
and you
much.
fumbled. You had an opportunity to be exonerated for anything that you may have done illegally. Just because of who they were, who their indictment was actually targeting.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
that you were given an opportunity to have a second chance, and you fucked it up for whatever reason you did it for. Now you're sent back to jail for 9 years, and you can't take care of your family, you can't help your brother, who is now fighting a situation. Who this looks bad for him.
Mm-hmm.
This looks bad for him. And Ish, I'm gonna let you jump into this and tell us
Yeah.
the legal ramifications for him, and also, the others that are facing these indictments. What this looks
Yeah.
like for them.
Yeah, so basically, speaking of him specifically, he was given a 12-year sentence, at which the time that he was sentenced, he was given time served and he was allowed to come out. He had certain stipulations that he had to stick to on the outside. It was to have no contact with his brother whatsoever. It was to not possess any firearms, of course, to stay on a straight and narrow. He had to go through testing and all of that stuff, drug testing and randoms and all of that stuff. And as long as he were to stay on the right path and adhere to all of the requirements of him under that plea deal, he would be cool and he would be able to spend his time out on the street, making a living, helping his brother in any way he can, taking care of his family, whatever you have it, right? However, he was caught with a gun after making some, several traffic violations. And that's a direct violation. That's not a technical violation. That is a direct violation of his plea terms. And, typically I can only assume that he had a hearing. He went before the judge and the judge said, I'm sorry for you. You're going to do the rest of your time in jail. It was laid out for you. It was nice and sweet for you, and you messed it up. You going back to jail. So he can appeal that decision, but 9 times out of 10, the higher court is going to agree with the lower court, and it's going to stick firm. He's going to do the rest of his term behind bars. So yeah, definitely hard-headed, Sarah.
It's crazy. It's unfortunate. I mean,
It happens a lot, though. It happens a lot.
I guess I don't even call it unfortunate, because an unfortunate situation is something that's uncontrollable almost. But for him, it's a dumb situation that you put yourself in.
Yeah.
And you can't be mad at nobody but yourself. You know what I mean? Who wants to spend their time behind bars?
Facts.
Nobody in their right mind.
Especially when you had it so sweet. Like, technically, you could have done, if you got 12 years, you could have technically done 6 years in. You know what I mean? And then got paroled out and walked the rest off. You sat for just a little bit of time, took the plea deal, and was granted release very early on in that. So you had it made from the gate, and then to mess that up, that was backwards. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if they actually do appeal it and if there's any different outcome of that appeal.
Well, you know how you spoke about being a conspiracy theorist on that.
Yeah.
I got my own theories on that now. We just seen some information that just came out that was posted to the socials, where his plea deal that he originally took, that granted him, this early release, was released. And one of the questions that was posed to him was, will you testify in this indictment hearing against Young Thug? And his answer was yes. So my theory is, it almost looks like he knew he fucked up, and he thought that all of them may have been getting a plea deal. And once Young Thug didn't get the plea deal that everyone else got, he realized that he'd done a disservice to his brother by doing it, right? So now I have to put myself in a position to now get sent back to jail, because I know on record I said I would testify against. Mm-hmm. So is this almost kind of a save face type of situation?
It could be. It could be. It could very well be. But let me say this. If that is in fact the case, like, first of all, a lot of the times, and I see it a lot, people will take these plea deals and they'll say they're going to testify, right? And then they try to get slick. And when it comes down to testifying, you know what I mean? They switch up their story. Like, they're testifying, but they're not testifying for the prosecution. And then the prosecution is literally fucked. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because they're not able to get the information that they needed from this alleged witness who they had this plea deal for. Now, that could have been one thing where he said that he was going to testify and he really wasn't going to testify, or also like you said, he could have been trying to save face. But my thing is if it was released, whether you're trying to save face after the fact, is what you agreed to. You know what I mean?
yeah,
In the first place. So I don't really know how much saving face you're going to do after the fact. But you know, anything is possible, especially when people feel like, you know, they want to try to wiggle out of something. You know what I mean? Like they
absolutely,
going to try to do whatever they can to get out of it. So,
absolutely.
I mean, here's the thing. Now, let's just pose this question to you, right? You and your brother, right? Your
Mhm.
biological brother, y'all get into some nonsense and you know y'all both get caught up. Um it's a possibility that you can get out because your brother is the head. Are you agreeing in a plea deal that you would testify not only against your brother, but just a whole slew of individuals? Like, would that even be something that you would even sign?
See, that's what see the individual who I am is I'm gonna take full responsibility for what I did. All right.
Hmm.
And if it's a situation where it allows if he has a future, it allows him to continue on and be him and whatever. I'm gonna take what I gotta do. I'm gonna sit down.
Right,
You know what I mean? Because
right,
when you put yourself in that situation, you know what I mean. You got to understand the consequences and repercussions. Now, a lot of people will sit here and say, "Oh, I wouldn't snitch. I wouldn't tell." But until you put in that situation, how can you really say that? For my family, I go hard, especially for my brother. And I sit here and I got one brother on my mind right now, which is my little baby brother. He just turned 22 2 days ago,
mhm,
and he has a future in front of him. And I literally would do anything I would do anything it took to have him see his future. So if that meant me taking full responsibility for any and everything, I'm doing it.
right,
My life is where it's at. His is just beginning.
right.
Hopefully, he takes that and learns from it and says, "Oh shit, I got to get out of this because I almost got caught up in this, but my big brother took the rap for me." So you know what I mean. Hopefully, you know this situation right here works itself out for everybody involved. Who knows what it's going to be, right? But that's that. While we wait for East to come back on the screen, I definitely wanted to take time out to something that is near and dear to the hearts.
All right, we're having a little bad reception with Nell. He is again cruising.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, there you go.
One of our very own, who we grew up with, me and she know her very well. Her name is Sharita. One of Redfield's finest. Her son was in a motor vehicle accident some time ago, and this is how you know God is good. Um, he was in a hospital on tubes, fighting for his life. At one point, became paralyzed, and she posted a video of him walking, moving, doing the things that he needed to do to get his strength back, his mobility back. He's not 100%, but he's definitely on the road to recovery. And those type of stories are what really matters, right? We every week on here, we speak about something that will make you say, "Dummy, how could you?" or whatever. But it's stories like that that make you understand what life is truly about. Our loved ones, how precious life is, and how fragile life is. Um, so Sharita, who is a friend and a family member of us here at Uncensored Minds, we wanted to tell you that our prayers are with you and your family as you and your son battle this road to recovery. If you need anything, just air, a shoulder, or anything, we are here for you. Wanted to make sure that before we went any further with anything else, that we shared that, because those stories could hit home for any one of us. Any one of us could be placed in those predicaments. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Another one of the people who watches us from the background, a young lady named Chrissy, um, was in a car accident here in Philadelphia. She was like, "Nell, they ran a red light, blindsided me, and totaled the car. I'm in the hospital right now." But by the grace of God, she was able to make a phone call, and she still got life. So when we sit here and we debate different things, that at the end of the day, we just take the time to look at things and take our personal feelings out of it and look at things from a logical standpoint. These are those very reasons why we have these type of discussions, because life is so precious, and at the end of the day, it can be snatched from us. We can be put in a situation where we no longer have control over us. Somebody else is taking care of us. Right? So when we have those feelings of, you know, of emotions that sometimes can lead us down the wrong avenues or the wrong paths, sit and think for a minute. Sit and think for a minute. Is it worth it? Is this going to do anything positive for me? Right? And a lot of times we use emotions as we think emotions are fact based. And for somebody might say, well, my feelings, my emotions, or my feelings are my facts. But when you totally dig into those emotions that you're feeling, is the emotions leading you to do something that you will regret at the end, or possibly losing someone that you say you love. So keep an open mind. That's what we're asking you to do. Keep an open mind whenever you're dealing with anything that you know and love, because at the end of the
Absolutely.
day, precious, that it could change in a blink of an eye, and you can be questioning a lot of things that we take for granted. Ish, what's the next topic, Ish?
Listen, I mean, I don't know what is going on with all of these guys and these plea deals and these, violations and all kind of stuff. But rapper YFN Lucci turns down
Okay.
a plea deal for 17 to 20 years for racketeering, murder, and he basically says, "Listen, I'm going to take my chances at trial. Like, I'm not accepting no plea deal. It's bogus. It's whack. It's a whack ass deal. I'm not taking it. I'm gonna take my chances at trial." And honestly, I can't blame him. And I'm gonna tell you why. But what's your thoughts now?
No, I want you to tell me why. I want to hear this.
Okay. All right. So here's what I think. And this is just, just by working in the field and seeing things like this. Listen to what we just basically said. We just basically said he turns down a deal for 17 to 20 years for racketeering, for murder, and for a slew of other charges. 17 years collectively, 17 to 20 years collectively for all of those, murder being one. Kind of hint, kind of lets you know they don't have a heavy case. If they're offering you 17 to 20 years on a murder, racketeering, and a slew of other charges, trust and believe their case is not as airtight as they would have you believe. So,
okay. No,
what'd
I'm
you say
listening.
now? Oh, okay. So, I mean,
No.
basically, he sat down, he powwowed with his attorney, and a good attorney would say, "Hey, listen, might not be that airtight. It's some holes. We see this discovery. We see this evidence that they have. They ain't really got it." So, he made the decision to take his chance at trial, and I don't blame him for that one. What's your thoughts?
I was sitting here thinking the same thing as you're reading it, right? Like, typically, when you got somebody on murder, you're not coming to them with a plea deal, because you already know your case is tight. You've taken them to trial. You already know that the evidence is there. Everything is there for you to win. Now, typically, if you're in the wrong, the defense attorneys, if I'm on the right track, now help me here if I'm not. the defense attorney is going to the prosecution looking for a plea deal, knowing that if their client is facing, life or the death penalty or something like that for, giving up some testimony or just trying to take a plea, if they had an airtight case. As you said before, it's looking like it ain't. Look at all those charges. Like, them charges ain't no little baby charges. This ain't running a red light. This ain't scamming your taxes or whatever the case may be. This is racketeering, money laundering, funneling money through different avenues and sources like music and things like this to commit crimes, right? You got murder charges. He had a slew of other charges as well. That's heavy hitter charges. That ain't something where, all right, if you take a plea deal for 17 years or 20 years, you sit down for 17, then you can come back home. Nah, they trying to throw the book at you on them situations. Life.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Electric chair, shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? So I could see why it was a smart move on his part to take it to trial, because now you got to present that evidence. And now, my attorney has the opportunity to argue those points. And, you know what I mean? We take it to the furthest extent. And then if something doesn't come our way, we have an opportunity to appeal it as well. So let it go through the legal system.
Yeah, absolutely. And then and also too, I feel like if in fact he gets an opportunity to play all of this out at trial, he's definitely going to be able to attack the prosecution, like with those things that everybody is not able to see. You know what I mean? Because everybody's not able to see the evidence that's stacked up against him or the lack thereof. So with trial, all of that is going to come out, and his defense team is going to be able to attack all of that. You know what I mean? And so therefore, that jury is going to be able to see all of that. Taking a plea deal, you can't see all of that. It's just saying, I'm guilty, and nobody knows the facts of the case. So that is going to be a good trial. I wish I could be a fly on the wall, because that's going to be a good one.
Solid.
And that's going to be a good one. What up? Oh, Doc Holiday.
A lot of people, huh? Well, a lot of people doing a lot of wild shit.
They off the hook.
What's up, people?
What's goody, sir? Mr. Doc Holiday. How goes it?
What's up, man? How's everybody doing, man? I have a PSA that I need to get into, and that is why, my name is Doc Holiday today. If you don't know what that name means, you gotta look it up. But I do have a PSA, man. So, what's up, people? Make sure y'all like and share the video. No, what's wrong with you? Why are you laughing now?
Well, now you get that change. I got you see me? Can y'all?
No. I got a letter from HR. I got a letter from HR, man.
Oh, but they suspended
I got a letter from HR, and I mean, we might just have to call this a mission statement, but I need to get this recorded so I never have to explain this again. So I'm gonna put myself on the big screen and read this letter to y'all, and then we can move on with the rest of the show. So the letter starts out with, to who it may concern, the thoughts and the views, the opinions, all things of that nature of Uncensored Minds is strictly to spark conversation. Whether you agree or disagree, the point is to hear everybody's perspective. Now, when I come on and I say, yo, this is not Good Morning America, this is not a dig at my co-hosts. This is strictly a reminder that the name and or title of the show is Uncensored Minds. And the tagline is Speak Your Piece, which means everybody should be allowed to speak freely. Now, I understand that subconsciously, when you're on a public platform, it's viewed certain ways, and people may second guess themselves, and they feel like they might not want to say X, Y, and Z because of how it may be perceived, handled, or judged. But that is the difference, people, between a radio show, i.e., Steve Harvey, or your local television show. This is a podcast, or what I like to call honest conversations. Now, you, we, me, us can speak our natural thoughts here without having to be PC. If you don't know what PC means, that means politically correct. Now, this is not the Coddlecast
Like
or the Pacified Cast. This is our safe space to speak how we fucking want to. Now, and if you want to be a part of the UM community, this may or this may not be for you. Now, to the people who can't take or don't like or get offended when people raise their voice, speak aggressively, or curse when they are speaking to them, that is on you because you can't decipher the intent of how somebody's just talking. Now, if it was a disrespectful intent, I promise you, you would be able to tell the difference with all three of us. So if you have tender ears or you getting your feelings easily, this is not the place for you. Thanks for coming. You can exit left. Now, to the people who get offended when we use such words as nigga, gay, retarded, dumb, etc., etc. Yes, we could use other words, but if the shoe fits and we choose to use these words, that is our prerogative. So if these words bother you, then once again, thanks for coming, but this is not the place for you. And last but not least, to the people who are private or shy or prudish. Yes, we talk about current events, family issues, money, entertainment, etc., all things life related. But we also talk about sex, which includes sucking dick and eating pussy. So once again, people, if this kind of talk bothers you or put your panties in a bunch, thanks for coming, but this is not for you. You can please exit left. Now, other than that, please put the kiddies to bed. It is now time for the grown-up conversation that we call Welcome to Uncensored Minds, Raw and Uncut. The letter ends, signed by man. And that is it, people. Let's move on. What's up?
Well, now that the boss has spoken, let that gangster shit unveil. I'm here. I'll be the main one. I'll be the main one. Yeah. Now you got your flip phone? Is that a flip phone?
I can't. What's up?
What is good?
Yeah.
Can I do the rest of the show with my eyeglasses on?
You can do whatever you want to do over here, Ish.
I mean, because I'm the main one.
Yeah. Before we get into the next topic, I do want to say to both my co-hosts, I want to commend both of you and say I support both of you wholeheartedly because it takes a certain level of courage and or bravery to do what we do publicly. And even though we may not disagree or agree on every topic, I still stand with both of y'all.
Thank you.
And we stand with you as well.
I appreciate it.
Salute.
You know, being booked, you know what I mean? We got to do what we got to do.
Listen, definitely booked and busy over here.
It is what it is, man. What's up, people? Thank you everybody who tuned in. Like I said, it's grown-up time. So if you're not with the shits, Like I said, please exit stage left, man. But we can move on to the next topic, people. So there was an ex-football player who was found not guilty of murder after his ex sent her family to shoot up his house. So I have a video that breaks down this scenario, and I'm going to play the video and then we'll discuss this topic, people. Here it is.
Question. Okay, so you were the first one to become physically violent with Travis, not the other way around. Answer. Correct.
Yes, I said correct.
You remember that?
Yes.
Dominique Jones got into a fight earlier that night.
Open this door, bro, because this got me. Dominique, stop.
I was upset and my adrenaline was running and I said something that I didn't mean. That's the bottom line of that. I didn't mean for my brothers to do any of that. That's why when my brother left.
Who are you calling a bruh?
Afterwards, she texted her brother, Keyshawn Jones. Evidence shows they both made threats towards Rudolph. Night.
Things escalated so quickly.
For the first time, Travis Rudolph talks about the night he says 4 men showed up at his front door.
I heard just a loud bang, as if like the police was at the door.
In exclusive video, we can now see everything playing out on security cameras.
This all happened within seconds, so my brother was the first one to get to the door, so I was worried about his safety as well.
Who is it? Where Travis at? Travis at?
As soon as I came outside, literally, Tyler, he sucker punched me to my left eye. It was Tyler and Sebastian. It was like kind of trying to corner me in. And Tyler, he had pulled out his firearm. And during that time, Tyler pulled out his firearm. Sebastian was like, "You mess with the wrong girl, you're gonna die tonight." And then that's when I went back inside and grabbed my firearm.
The fight spilling out into the street. The video shows Rudolph then running off his property with an AR-15.
I had to do what I had to do, you know what I'm saying, to protect me and my family. My brother was on the ground getting jumped by 2 of those guys, getting kicked. So that's the reason why I went down the street. While they're all in their car, I see 2 firearms pointing at me and my brother. And I couldn't believe it. It's just a split decision where I just felt like it's either me and my brother or these guys that's, you know what I'm saying, gonna get hurt.
Rudolph firing 39 rounds, the 4 men speeding off. I know.
So you smashed his iPhone not out of anger, but because you were hurt?
Yes.
Okay.
And I didn't send my brothers to kill him.
No, you just sent a text to go shoot up his shit, right?
I didn't say shoot him.
You sent a text to go shoot up his shit, right?
Correct.
Tell the jury what the shit is.
When you're angry, you say things. I'm sure everyone in this courtroom has said something when I'm trying to speak. If you want me to answer your question, you have to let me answer your question.
Well, if you were responsive to my question, I wouldn't have.
All right. Answer the question, please.
Okay. Can you repeat your question?
Question was shit. What does shit mean in the context of that text?
Anything but him.
Okay. So it could have been his brother?
No.
It could have been the house?
Nothing violent toward a person.
It could have been his mother's house, right?
I was upset and my adrenaline was running and I said something that I didn't mean. That's the bottom line of that. I didn't mean for my brothers to do any of that. That's why when my brother left the house, he did not have a firearm on him. People say things when they're upset that they don't mean all the time, but since the situation has happened, it obviously blew up 20 times more. But I didn't necessarily mean for anything to happen to Travis, his family, his house, or anything. It was like my second home. I would not want anything to happen there.
All right. And he never raised a hand and touched you, did he not?
Yeah, he was raising his hand the whole time, like grabbing me, pushing me back. Yeah, the whole time.
Okay, so did he punch you?
No, he didn't punch me.
Did he slap you?
No, he didn't slap me.
Did he pick up any objects and hit you over the head with them?
No.
Why'd you want to smash his car window?
Like I said, it wasn't intentional. I was just throwing things because I was upset.
And when you were throwing things, you were also screaming things at him, like you were going to send your brother Keyshawn over to kill him, right?
Never, ever, ever said the word kill at all.
Okay, so
4 men showed up at his front door.
And you told both of them that Travis had picked you up and slammed you to the ground, right?
Yes.
And that he had disrespected you.
Yes.
And you also sent a text message to Keyshawn at roughly 9:45 that Travis dropped you to the ground. Do you remember that?
Yep.
And in response to that text message, Keyshawn sent a group text message to you and Tyler Robinson that Travis is a dead man walking. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that's the message that you deleted from your phone, right?
No, I deleted the shoot his shit up message.
And you also deleted the dead man walking message.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't remember if I did or not.
So you really weren't making a living as a real estate agent, right?
No, but I do have a mom and she's a medical assistant, so.
Okay. And you were living with your mom?
Correct.
Right? You had a conversation with a man about marriage, and you're still married to Andre Chusang. Is that correct?
Correct.
So you lied to Travis. You misled him, did you not?
We had a conversation about that. Yes, we did.
Okay. And you had a conversation with a man about marriage, and you're still married to Andre Chusang. Is that correct?
Correct.
So you lied to Travis. You misled him, did you not?
Travis never asked me if I was married.
So you have to be asked a question in order to get an answer, to be told the truth? Is that what you're telling this jury?
I'm just telling the jury that the conversation about me being married never came up, so I never spoke on it because I felt like it was not my personal business to speak on.
All right, so what you're telling this jury is that unless somebody asks you a question, a specific question, you don't have to tell them the correct or honest answer. That's what you just told them.
I'm not telling you guys that. I'm telling you guys that in relationships, you have a past. It might not be clean. It might not be the best past that you have, but I decided to leave the past of my relationship behind me.
Stop calling your brothers and your cousins for every little argument. Because fault. That's your fault. You can't sit back and say it's not your fault because they went too far. You shouldn't have called them.
What's up?
Listen, this is why we down so many points all the time. The nut shit. Like, the nut shit, period. Like, sickening. Sickening.
All right, let's point out some key points in this whole situation. She stated in court that she did indeed hit him first. She also stated in court that he didn't hit her back. There was witnesses that said she was always hitting him and he never hit her back. Also, she was upset with him because she thought he was cheating while she is still right now currently married to somebody else. So her saying, yo, go shoot this shit up. How can you rationalize that into a place of, I didn't want any harm done? When you say shoot the shit up, like, no, make it make sense. No. How can you rationalize saying shoot the shit up, but then saying I didn't want any harm to happen? So, I'm gonna just simply say, I've been in these particular positions on a number of occasions, just strictly because we had a conversation on Thursday. And I was kind of trying to tell Nell about a different situation that, when you outside, it's a certain kind of things that come with that. Like, it's certain kind of female emotions that, when they feel like they got the short end of the stick, or when they feel like they might have got played or whatever, their emotions overrun and then they do all kinds of crazy shit. And you just got to take that in. I'm not saying that, I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying I know what that is. I know what that looks like. So what is your take on this whole situation now?
It's unfortunate. And she jeopardized the life of 5 or 6 guys that night, right? Which there's someone died, right?
Right.
Her brother. She, acting off of emotions, acting off of pure adrenaline, as she said, took this and made it an unfortunate situation for 6 men who had no skin in the game.
Right.
And when I say had no skin in the game, is meaning she put her brothers, who are her brothers, life in jeopardy, and the man she says she loves life in jeopardy, all because of emotions. This is where I tell people all the time, you can't.
You're freezing up now. Esh, the people in the chat are wondering why you freezing up now. Why isn't she locked up, Esh? Is there anything to charge her with?
She technically she cannot be charged with much of anything. I mean, it's always questions like that in regards to, you know, people who are instigators. I mean, there is no crime to be charged with as far as, you know, starting the chaos. It's lucky for the individual who's standing and sitting on trial for murder that these type of witnesses come to the forefront and the jury is able to see, and everyone is able to see exactly what happened. Just as I was stating before, you know, this is how these true and full stories come out for people to see exactly what happened. But unfortunately, you know, because she was an instigator, she necessarily, you know, there is no charge for that. And she didn't conspire. I see Diane saying not even conspiracy. Yeah, because she didn't conspire with Travis to kill anyone. And you know, those individuals that came weren't charged, so she can't be charged with conspiracy of any sort. Yeah, so basically she's just a full witness that's up on the stand that caused all this ruckus and all this chaos, and nothing's going to happen to her. She's going to go home and do whatever it is that she does, while everybody else's life is in shambles.
All right, now, before we get back into your take, I want to say that this boy was a football player. He was once in the NFL, and this definitely derailed his career. And he was definitely fighting this murder charge, which was always stemmed off self-defense. When you send 4 niggas to my door, I don't even want to go to court. Like, why do I even have to go to court when 4 niggas show up at my door? But go ahead. What would you say?
It's a case of watch what you say, be careful what you say. You know what I mean? You again, you think you want the smoke, but then at the end of the day, as you sit on trial, you see, oh, it's just emotions. It was my emotions. Your emotions, and you're not using your brain, caused such a catastrophic event to happen.
Right.
One, the man you love, you know, lost his career. He was on trial for murder, facing a murder trial. So if he was convicted, he's gone for life probably.
Right.
You put your brothers, your own flesh and blood, in harm's way because of a perceived argument or perceived unperceived emotions that you can't even control. And
let's stay right there. Let's stay right there now. How can you even fathom the thought of your emotions going this overboard when you are married to somebody else?
We see it all. We see it far too often where, you know, people don't use common sense, you know, and they let their emotions or they let their pride put them in a situation to where, you know what I mean, it gets real bad. You know, I sit here and I think about some of the situations that I've been in or said or done or whatever. And
I'm glad,
you know, a lot of the time.
Huh? I'm glad you said that. I think about the situations that I've been in before, because like I said previously, people, as she said, yeah, I broke some shit. Yeah, I hit him before. And this is why I always tell you, soon as y'all see that little bit of crazy, you got to get out.
But then too, also, if a person tells you this, I prefer you not to handle me like that, because I know what I know what that other side looks like. Listen to that person, because these situations right here are real. You never know what that snap could be for that person. She thought she was sending her brothers there to scare this man. This man said, I'm not going to let y'all come here and disrespect my house, and beating up my little brother, right, and intimidate me. Like, you got to understand what's on the other side of that wall. You know what I mean? Even me as a grown man, when I say things out my mouth, I'm ready to stand on those things because I know what come with that. I know the moment I spew it out my mouth, I gotta be ready to stand on that, not cop a plea or not say, "Oh, I was running off of emotions." I know what come with that. So, you know what I mean? If you're not about that life, if you're not with it, stay on the porch. It's more safer there. It saves lives. It saves time. It cuts down on a whole lot of unnecessary. That's why I said earlier in the show, our emotions sometimes don't have fact based information behind them. Yes, they are our emotions, and yes, we should be in. People should that love us should care about our emotions and things like that. But look at what her emotions did. Caused this whole catastrophic event when it didn't have to. And then we find out other opportunities in the story to see, yo, how you even have a leg to stand on with anything that you feel when you ain't even doing what you're supposed to do. You ain't even living right. How you mad? How you tell your brothers, you put your brothers in a fucked up situation. You lie to your brothers. Like any man. I got sisters. My sister called me right now and said, nigga put they hands on her. I'ma believe her. I'ma jump on the first flight out of here and I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna confront the situation because that's my sister. That's what we supposed to do. So they only did what they were supposed to do because she said he beat me up, he dropped me, he did this. Only to get on the stand and say he ain't put his hands on me not one more fucking time.
Facts.
I put my hands on him. So you sent your brothers into a foxhole. You put the man that you say you love in a compromising position to protect his home, a place that you said you felt comfortable going. A place that you said you had no problems with prior to this situation. Now, look at the whole situation as a whole. You compromised your blood and the man that you said you love, and also put a place that you considered as a safe haven in jeopardy. How do we make it make sense?
No, she said this was like a second home to me, and I currently live at home with my mom.
Yeah.
Bye, girl.
Yeah.
Bye, girl.
Then you get impressed by the cops. I mean, by the attorney, and they ask you, well, what do that mean by when you say go shoot his shit up?
Right.
That don't like you had ill will regardless. Like that's ill intent. Shooting somebody's shit up mean you shooting their shit up. Yeah. You know, whoever's in the house is liable to get hit. His mother, his brother, him, whoever in there.
Right. If there's kids
Even
there.
if nobody gets hit, you got damages to a home that didn't even need to be damaged.
I want to stay on this question that Helen had proposed. So, Ish, do you think that she, should have told him that she was married?
Yeah, I feel like in the beginning of relationships, it should always be full disclosure. I don't get that not full disclosure and stuff. It just doesn't make sense. And I understand that, we've had conversations about this before, like, okay, it's none of your business, etc. But I mean, certain things, it could just prevent a lot of bullshit from happening. Like, you know what I mean? It could just prevent a lot of bullshit. Maybe if he had known that she was married or whatever, maybe this was the basis of a lot of their arguments at some point in time. Or maybe this was when shit might have started going left. Like, you know what I mean? Because he found out that she was married or still married or whatever the case may be. Like,
so let me play devil's advocate, because I am on the side of sometimes, my business is my business. So I'll stay on that side of it. So if you stand on the side of my business is my business, then you can't feel no type of way about what he doing.
That's what I was going to say. Right? I was going to say, if she felt that way, then how she upset that he was doing, if she thought he was doing something, right? What it is her conscience is fucking eating at her. She knows she's still in a situation, and the husband probably pressing her. She now got to press him because that's somebody who's showing her interest and showing that he love. Like, it's a different situation, right? We know who to fuck with, meaning we know who to create the argument with. We know who's going to entertain it. We know who, regardless of whatever, is going to listen to it. You know when you can get your shit off, right? You know the right people to get your shit off with because you know they care enough that they're going to entertain it by commenting or trying to explain the whole situation so it's clarity. And that's what it looked like in the situation. She was doing whatever she wanted to do. She knew this guy over here had this meal ticket.
Right.
NFL player. As the judge, as the attorney already stated, your career as a realtor ain't get off the ground not once. You still living at home with your mother. She said, "Yeah, my mother is what's her mother? Whoever her mom was in the medical field." So it's almost like she living off of those people. Right. So I'm not going. I know I like a certain lifestyle or whatever. I got an NFL boyfriend. I got this little husband on the side who might not be doing as much as the NFL guy. Maybe she was trying to keep both. Maybe it got kind of hairy, the situation. But instead of her ending it with the husband, that's not what she wanted to do. Because if she did, she would have been done with it. She wanted to go over here with the guy and create an issue.
Marilyn, I think one of the guys that got killed was not her actual brother, but one of the guys that was with her brother. That's what I think. I don't think it was one of her. Was it her brother?
It wasn't.
It wasn't her brother. It was one of the guys that was with her brother. Right.
Yeah, it was guys who pulled up with the brothers.
Right. I do want to stay on the main thing that she said first off when she said, "I was upset." All right, you're entitled to be upset. You're entitled, to be in your feelings or have certain emotions about whatever you think is going on, but you have to stop before. Like, shout out to Don't Call Me White Girl, who I put that clip in there where she been made that statement about stop calling people. So you have to stop before you put other people in your shit because you're feeling emotional. Like, stop and think about it. Take some time to yourself, whatever, and gather yourself before you put other people in danger. You can't just be like, I'm upset, so I did this and X, Y, and Z happened. And so what? She was like basically on the stand, like, all right, it happened. I didn't mean for it to happen, but it happened. What you want me to do about it? No, bitch. Stop.
You know why? You know why she took that stand like that? It was an arrogance, right? Her arrogance was oozing out because she knew she didn't stand. She didn't stand to be disciplined for it. She knew it wasn't no jail time going to happen to her. She knew she wasn't going to be punished for it. So she up there like, yeah, I said it, but I ain't mean it like that. But it happened, and it's crazy. Like I say this to people all the time. Like I always try to like, as I get older, we pose to mature from past situations. Like whatever situation we are in, we're supposed to see it for what it's worth, figure it out, make the necessary moves to correct those behaviors, right? And I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Somebody come at me, crazily. Somebody hit me with a text message that's crazy. The first thing out of my mouth, instead of me going to the extreme, is I'm like, I ask a person, what are you talking about? Right. And that's not me being condescending. It ain't. It's me giving you the opportunity to slow down for a minute and carefully explain to me what you feel or what you feeling at that moment. So
but that's what I be saying. That's what I be saying, though. Because let's stay right there. Let's stay right there for a second, because let's say fuck giving people the benefit of the doubt, man.
No. I do that for myself. I do that for myself.
Yeah, I'm not talking about.
I give people the benefit of the doubt for myself. Because if I don't give them that, I'm gonna go. It could go to a situation where there's no return.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about fuck giving people the benefit of the doubt when they already show you crazy.
That's cool. I know. I get it.
Yeah.
And as you start to learn that, as you slowly start to learn that everybody don't deserve a response.
And you can't hide crazy.
Right?
I'm sorry.
Everybody don't deserve a response. Everybody don't deserve that energy. Everybody don't deserve you. And it's cool. You know what I mean? And at that point, you got to look at it from a perspective of, you got it. And that's why I give a person an opportunity to explain what they're talking about. Because in that short period of time, what I've learned through counseling sessions, but then also dealing with my own self, I learned sometimes when a person has the opportunity to explain themselves, they hear themselves sometimes and they be like, damn, that shit kind of weird. Because then they start to change the narrative a little
You
bit.
believe that?
Then
You believe that though?
I was getting ready to say no. 9 times out of 10, it just gonna keep going on and on and on and on and on.
But when I say it though, when I say what you talking about, people know sometimes. The real ones know. Damn, I can't play with them like that.
Right.
I'm not gonna play with them like that.
That's what I'm saying. No, you gliding over a key point. You gliding over, like you gliding to the point of they get them to not play with you. I'm saying for them, they're not even gonna see that they crazy.
Because she clearly was to the point of like psychosis. Like she clearly went and skipped over the being able to think clearly, and she just went straight to the crazy. It just kept building and building and building and building into this. And I think some people, a lot of people,
I don't even believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Man.
This is why I tell you I don't believe it. She didn't go right to the crazy, because a motherfucker that's crazy gonna stand on their own shit. They not gonna send the cavalry. If I'm somebody come at me, I'm not gonna call nobody. I'm doing that shit myself. I'm not putting nobody
well,
up.
she already started it. She already started it. She knocked them upside his
What I mean is,
she already
I'm
started
pulling
it.
up. But if that's the case, I'm pulling up with the gun myself and shooting that motherfucker shit up. I'm not gonna call my brother to do that shit. I'm not gonna call my sister to do that shit. If I really on that time, I'm not gonna call them. So all that she crazy shit. She
so
not
you don't
real
think
fucking
she was crazy?
Right? No.
If you bout it, you bout it. You not gonna send
No. Most girls is pulling the trigger. So most girls are calling the nigga that they know is going to pull the trigger. I'm sorry.
But that's why I said. But that's why I said she not really crazy. She got to get somebody else who she know is about it to go do it. You're not crazy.
Just emotional. So she was just emotional, not crazy, just emotional.
How many times have we seen situations like this? The girl done did something, got somebody all hooked up. Now both these niggas is dead or in jail, and she out there still doing what she doing.
No, it's always levels of crazy, man. I had this conversation with a couple of females, and there was only one female who ever told me, "No, I never break shit because I'm gonna have to pay for it." And I was like, wow, that's amazing, because most girls would never even think in that faction to think about, they would just be like, if I broke some shit, I ain't paying for that shit. I broke that shit. Right. So what I'm saying is, look, no, what I'm saying is, yeah, that's crazy. What I'm saying is, when the craziness occurs, whether it be breaking something or whether it be how she hit him in the head, it's levels to it. And maybe she's only at the first level, but it's showing that the level can go wherever it needs to go. It just didn't get there yet.
Because anybody in a right sane mind now is not calling or texting somebody saying, come shoot his shit up, knowing that when somebody shoots a gun, that somebody is liable to die. That is not sane. That is not just being emotional. That is, bitch, you is nuts. You know what I mean? And then you even more nuts if you think that you're gonna sit on the stand and say, oh, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean it how I said it. I just was saying it. Like, bitch, you nuts. You cry to some extent. And I get what you're saying now. I do agree with you to some extent. I also agree with T that there are levels to crazy, and that bitch is crazy.
When you crazy, when you crazy on that level, right? When you crazy on that level, because I don't sit up here and glorify shit like that. Like, you're never going to hear me sit up here and be like, you know what I mean? I glorify, reckless behavior and shit like that. But if you really on that, you really on that. You don't gotta call nobody. You not doing that. You pulling up some way, somehow, and you doing what you gotta do.
So what do you label it as?
I know the tendency. I got them kind of tendencies. I already know it. Like, you're not like in the passion, in the heat of passion. You rolling. You ain't got time to craft no text message, tell nobody, because
no,
you already playing.
You're missing the point. No, I promise you are missing a point. I promise you are missing a point, because what you are speaking of is like regular emotion. You speaking of regular emotion where you might feel some kind of way and you ain't gonna call nobody. You might pull up and y'all might have an argument. You're speaking of regular emotion that people go through every day. When you text a nigga and say no, when you text a whole number of 7 motherfuckers and say go shoot that shit up, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's.
I done partook in situations where somebody told me to pull up, or I told them I'm gonna pull up, and I pulled the fuck up. I didn't call my niggas, I didn't call my peoples, I didn't call nobody. I pulled up on my own, and I put myself in a situation of whatever it's going to be when I get there is what it's going to be when I get there. So that's why I said people calculated in the shit they did do. Yeah, it looked like she crazy to understand, but she was full aware of what she was doing. She thought her brothers was gonna go over there,
but that makes her just regular and just emotional. That's what I'm trying to understand. Did you say she a pussy?
Oh, I mean, it just makes like this is what I got. Like the moral of the story is just leave people alone, man. Like if you gotta go to those extremes, just say enough's enough. I'm done. Like don't put yourself in a compromising position. Don't put nobody else in a situation that shit got to be explained because it's just unnecessary. She's emotionally unstable. In that moment, she was just dumb. I'm tired of everybody throwing everything on people's emotions.
Right. No. That's why I call it crazy. That's why I call it emotion. That's why I call it crazy. No. So when females break shit, like say if I'm talking to a girl, she get mad at me and she break my fucking TV, is that emotions or is she fucking crazy?
She emotional.
No, man.
Wait, but then I love it because he was like she emotional.
No, man.
That's crazy, bro. Crazy.
I don't want to get a motherfucker crazy time. Like I just be like, yo, this shit. I don't know. Like, should it be crazy, man?
No, this is why I'm gonna tell you that it's crazy, no, because you went up another level past emotions. You went past the emotions of being upset. You have to be seriously past that and be mad crazy to break a TV that you was even watching. You watching the TV
too. Right now, wait. Let me ask you this now. All right, I come over your crib. I'm livid. You said something, and I come through like a little tornado, and I'm breaking stuff, and I'm just cussing you out, and I'm hitting you, and I'm this and I'm that. What am I going to be to you? When the dust settles, what are you going to say about Ish? You're going to call T, and you're going to be like, yo, that bitch is crazy. She came to my spot. She tore everything down, and for what? I don't even know.
Marilyn, if you break my TV, I'd rather you hit me than break my TV. Because my TV costs money. What the fuck? I'd rather you hit me than break my TV. It's all fucking crazy. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about or what y'all trying to be on tonight, but that shit is crazy. Breaking people's shit is crazy. I've had my window broken before. I've had my car. Man, listen. I promise y'all, it's levels to this craziness, and any little sign of it is only showing you that it's just beginning. That don't mean it's going to end there.
Is it really?
Yes.
Because people know who to play with and who not to play with.
No,
people know not to play with. People know that shit.
It ain't about that. No, it's not about their fear of knowing who to play with, because they can be at the level of, I don't give a fuck if he kills me after I do this to him. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not about them knowing who to play with and not knowing who to play with, because once they reach that level, they don't care what happens to them. They just want to do whatever they want to do.
I want to meet that person.
No, bring it on.
I want to meet that person. I honestly want to meet that person in real life, and I want to ask them, are they ready for the consequences that come with that? Because you can do that. You can do the little activities, but after the consequence, after you do the activities, are you ready for the consequences?
I'm not gonna say that they ready for the consequences, but they don't think about the consequences in the moment.
That's why I said they ain't crazy.
That's still crazy.
That's why I said they ain't crazy.
That's still crazy because whenever you do something,
very impulsive. I agree.
Because I'm gonna say this though, and again, this is no glorification. Like, because we so past that in life. We adults, we grown, we going through counseling, we getting help, we trying to be better, but it ain't no impulse. It ain't no impulse for those ones that's for that. Like, you realize the consequences. If I do this, I know the consequences of my actions is going to be. It could go real left and be real severe.
No,
and I still do it.
Nell, you gotta stop. you gotta stop, dog. No, you gotta stop, man. Listen, because I'm not proud of the story, but I will share. My daughter's mom knows to not play with me. She knows I will drag her up and out of any place and fuck her up if need be. But will she try it because she's in an emotional state? Yes, she fucking will.
I know. It's crazy.
Yes, it's crazy.
It's really, truly crazy. And I've told y'all the story about my windows being shot out by my baby father. So it's craziness. Moment of insanity, whatever you want to call it, it's crazy.
Facts, man. It's crazy, dog.
Stop being crazy, people, please.
Stop being crazy.
Just stop, because then shit like that happen, and then it can
But
end up
this
really
like
bad.
you know why it turns so many emotions. It just like T. I'm sure you can appreciate this. It's just like certain things can be avoided. Certain levels can be avoided if we just start to use our minds and we start to use our our discretion, right? And sit back, and we gotta start. Instead of putting and we think shit, sometimes we think things be funny, like we put labels on it and laugh at it, like, oh, they crazy, that's toxic love and shit like that. That's not real love.
Right.
The love that I have for somebody ain't gonna make me go and bust their fucking windows out or shoot their house up. I just don't love you that. I just don't love you in that sense that I want to bring harm to you. You know what I mean? That's real crazy. I don't want it to be a situation where you break my fucking windows and I'm sitting like, oh, this motherfucking girl love me because she out here wilding. No, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
And at the end
That's
of
why I
the
said
way
it's crazy, nigga.
it's very but the way we approach things, we gotta do a much better job at approaching things, and I'm realizing the consequences that come with the way we approach things, right? And we can be in our emotions, but it takes a few seconds to just stop and think for a minute what this might look like on the other end.
It is what it is, man.
It's giving Bahama shit
No,
connection. Now it's freezing up.
Let's move on, people. There is Uncensored Minds gear, available. I think we all have on Uncensored by Nature.
Yes, we do.
We all have on Uncensored by Nature shirts today.
We lost you now.
I got on the baseball shirt and Nell got on a t-shirt. We all have on Uncensored by Nature t-shirts today. So Uncensored Minds gear is available as we try to get Nell back. We got to go into
We got you back. We got to
go into the next topic. Who wants to break this down, man? Florida acting up again as usual. Florida don't never know how to act. What's up?
Listen, I can't be bothered. I cannot be bothered with Florida and their laws and the shifty shit that goes on down there. But I think we've all heard about this story where two neighbors who had a 2.5-year dispute, one white, one young black mother, been going at it for many years. And then it turned deadly where the white neighbor, and I'm sorry, I don't know the names. The white neighbor actually shoots the black mother. Okay. All over an iPad and children playing. Most of the police calls were due to small things, the children playing on her front lawn, the children climbing on her doors.
Right. You know how white people I don't want any black people playing on my grass. That's what this basically is.
Facts. And a neighbor actually stated that the Black mother and her children were a loved family. It's a family neighborhood in Ocala, Florida. And this dispute that had been transpiring between those two has been so long ongoing and so stupid that nobody could foresee this deadly altercation that ultimately ended her life, with her 10-year-old son standing next to her. And she's about to get bond, from what I understand. How, I don't know. I have to really see, like, if they broke down those charges of murder or manslaughter, or however it's broken down.
All right, so do we know if the kid that took the iPad from one of the Black woman's kids was one of the white lady's kids? Was this one of the white lady's kids, or just another kid in the neighborhood?
I really feel like it was one of the. Go ahead, Nell. What you say? It was her child. Okay.
All right. All right, so this happens like all the time. You know, I got kids, so I know how this happens when kids are young. Kids is outside. The kids is outside playing. They playing in the yard. She don't like her kids playing with the little black kids anyway. One of her kids takes the iPad from the little black kid. Now the black mother goes to her door to let her know that they took the iPad. I don't know if she ever got the iPad or not, but now this enrages this white woman because she's obviously already racist. So it's enraging that you even came and knocked on my door and questioned me about anything. So now the Black woman takes her son or her kids, whatever, and goes back home. And the white lady go gets her strap, and she just goes over there and shoots through the door, killing this Black mother of 3 or 4. I don't know what the number is. But she killed this mother in front of her kid, and the whole neighborhood basically seen what happened. And then she wasn't even charged at the outset of this because of this stupid ass stand your ground law that they have in Florida. And it looks bad because the white woman has all these calls saying that, you know, her kids are always over here and they're always bothering her. So it's looking like, you know, she's in the right, like she's defending herself when none of this shit was that deep that you had to go over there and shoot through somebody's door.
She was hitting the kid. She threw a skate. She then then she started swinging an umbrella the second time when the little 10-year-old boy went and got his 12-year-old brother. Okay, went back to her to ask for the iPad or whatever the case may be. Like it just was. She was clearly the aggressor and dealing with these children. Right. She actually was the one who started this nonsense.
Yeah,
the other mother.
She was always calling the little black kids niggers and telling them to get the fuck off her grass and don't play with her kids and X, Y, Z. But like I said, all those calls that she made calling the cops plays in her favor to make her not look like the aggressor.
But I think what's gonna save this situation, and that's probably why they were able to go ahead and get the arrest warrant, was because there were so many neighbors that were visually able to recollect and verify to the officers that, hey, this is what happened, X, Y, and Z. And I'm interested to see also about like ring bells. Like, does anybody have a ring? Is there any visuals or video of these situations? Because now with the technology and the cameras and all of that stuff, like, are we going to be able to see truly what happened and what took place all these times?
I mean, I would think that if they had footage, that some of it would have probably been circulating by now. So I doubt that they have footage, but that might come out later. But I think what you said, the witnesses are what's going to work in the woman who got killed's favor.
Yeah, because there was one witness that actually came over and performed CPR on the woman who was laying next to her kid, and she said she witnessed the kids pacing back and forth saying, they shot my mom, she shot my mom, she shot my mom.
Right.
Like, it's just baffling to me how it even took so long for them to even get the arrest warrant, although I'm glad they did get one. And the sheriff made a public statement that said, listen, stand your ground, don't apply here. This is a straight killing. This is not stand your ground, no matter if she's going to try to argue it. And her defense team, I'm sure, will try to argue that shit. It ain't going to necessarily fly when it all boils down to it, because
isn't stand your ground mean that the other person has to be the initial aggressor, right?
Correct.
All right.
Correct. And that she needed to be in fear of her life. How can she be in fear of her life when this woman is standing at the door with her 10-year-old son next to her? Whether she was rah-rah or not. Like, I'm not coming with no weapons. I'm not coming to threaten your life. I'm not going to take your life from you with my 10-year-old son standing next to me. It's not going to happen.
I see you in the chat, Marilyn. Yes, her being white definitely plays a huge factor in why she wasn't arrested at the forefront. So, you know, hopefully this will play out how it's supposed to play out. She was arrested. I don't know how she got bond just because of that stupid ass stand your ground law. They were able to release her on a bond, but eventually I think she gets hit with the gavel. And I think she gets, you know, whatever life sentence.
Yeah. Maybe it went from murder to manslaughter. Right. Maybe in the 3rd degree or something, and that's probably how she was able to get bond.
Facts. All right. Any last thoughts on this, man? No? Everybody quiet.
Unfortunately, it's just so senseless.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I really can't. Again, I get choked up when I hear stuff like this, because I witnessed. I lived through this 12 years ago when Lou was killed in front of his children.
All right.
Arguing and fighting with the next door neighbor.
All right.
How do you deal with neighbor disputes, y'all? Like, how do you?
Yeah, I'm not arguing with the neighbor. Like, suck my dick, neighbor.
Because this seemed to be like so like ongoing and so long, and to like have a property and to be living there and to have to deal with constant shit.
It's so ongoing because kids don't understand not to go. Like, they just outside playing. They don't understand the concept of, yo, we can't go on that grass. We can't play with our kids. They just outside playing, they little kids. And that's why it's going to be ongoing, because the parent, the white lady, didn't know how to separate herself from her racism and or just allowing the kids to be outside playing.
Right.
It is what it is, man. But hopefully they throw the fucking chair at her ass.
Right.
Oh, people, where are we? No, we at your favorite topic of the day, man. We're at your favorite topic of the day now. So this topic actually comes from one of my female Facebook friends, or somebody that I do business with, and she posed this question, you know, how do ladies show a man respect? So y'all let us know in the chat, and Esh and Nell, y'all can give y'all answer. How do ladies, females, girls, etc., show a man respect? What's your answer?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, you know, I stated on during our very lovely meeting that we have, you know, that showing a man respect for me is allowing him to lead, being present for him, listening, learning, being accepting of flaws and working through things, and just being a partner in any form or facet. And not all the time is that the only thing that I could do to show my respect, but I mean, you know, that's a start for me, and then you can just compound on that daily.
All right, now, what does that look like for you, for a woman to show you respect?
I mean, what Esh said was cool. It sounds good.
But does it really happen? I know.
The safe sounding shit, again, you know, as me and T said on Thursday when we were trying to explain it to you or help you to appreciate what we just want and need, is just more or less just solidarity. Because we understand that there's going to be challenges. We understand that there's going to be ups and downs. We understand that there's going to be, you know, things that arise that is going to, you know, scuff our boots. But the most thing, the the solidarity part, just knowing that I have you in my life, you riding. Um, Not saying you're not confrontational or you are, a puppet. I want you to be yourself, but I also want to have somebody who understands that, we both have minds and thoughts and we both have emotions and we both, what I mean? It's just not one who, you know, has to play on the others, emotions, and for them to just, feel like they're okay and that while the other party is not. So it's just all about being, doing things with it from a united front. That's what respect looks like for me. And everything else in between that is life. But when you have a united front, you can handle life a little bit more calmer and easier because you already know what that foundation that you have with that person looks like.
Ladies, I don't
It's
see any
easy.
answers coming up in the chat. Y'all pretty quiet. Like, I know y'all don't give a fuck about this, but goddamn,
So now
where,
you're saying
where
respect
is
for you
the
just
answer?
means I know. I didn't
Where is the
see
answers,
what it
ladies?
either.
So, I answered this question simply by saying, how a woman shows me respect is by back rubs and verbiage, and what that means to me is that
Back rubs.
yeah,
Back rub.
people don't understand the importance of back rubs. So when it comes to back rubs, she's showing you the respect of, I know you had a hard day. I know life stresses you. I know what it feels like or what it looks like to be a black man. And I'm going to try to release some of the stress from you through a back rub. It's very, I don't know, cerebral or whatever it is. Back rubs are severely important. Y'all think I be joking about this shit, but I be dead ass serious. Back rubs are severely important. And the verbiage of it is, to the way she speaks to you lets you know the level of respect that she has for you. So the way that she speaks to you is she's not like always cussing you out. She's allowed to, be in her feelings and curse sometimes, but if she talks to you with a certain level of respect and she also listens to you and tries to understand what you're saying with a certain level of respect, that's what it looks like to me of, a woman, how a woman should show a man respect.
And as you just seen, you got two different answers from two different guys because it all looks differently from each person. Like we put out this scale of what we think respect is, and we use cliches, I should say, of, oh, if you show me respect, I'll show you respect, or if you do unto me if as you want me to do. That might not always be the case. You know what I mean? He said he liked back rubs and calm speech. Where I just said I just want a united front, right? If you're going into it thinking I gotta do this or I want you to treat me the way I want to be treated, I'm gonna treat you the same way. That can be the wrong setup. And
Right.
having those conversations with the person just to hear them say, like when we have conversations, right? A conversation is where both parties are listening to understand each other and not listening to respond or not listening to then counteract or counteract what that person is saying, but more or less listening to digest in order to enact what you hear that person saying. And everything don't always have to be a confrontation. It could just be a session that we are sitting down discussing something that is going to make the two of us better. So when you hear your person say, I need this, give them that because that's what respect looks like to them. Respect to you might be a whole total different ballgame. I might say, I
Right.
don't give a fuck if you call me out my name. As long as I know you in my corner when it's time for that for you to be in my corner, whatever, that could be a totally different vibe than what you need. You know
Right.
what I mean? So we gotta listen to hear
Right.
instead
So
of
guys,
What's up, Ish?
let me ask y'all a question just from a female to the guys. Do you feel like in your day-to-day interactions with women or even in your respective relationships, do you feel like you're respected? Truly.
That's a big ask. That's a big ass. Yeah, I would say I feel like I'm respected though, just because I normally don't tolerate a lot of disrespect. So I would say that I feel
But hold up. Before you go on with that, you said something pertinent. You don't tolerate disrespect.
Right.
So are you respected because of what you don't tolerate, or are you respected because it's genuine? And it's not because of what you tolerate,
right?
But because
that's why I opened up by saying it's a hard question, because I'm more respected because I don't tolerate it. It's not because it's not genuine all the time. It's just because I'm not going to allow that shit.
Right. Because I'm just wondering, like, yeah.
Would you say no?
You feel about that, knowing that your respect is commanded by what you not tolerating versus I just am not coming to him with that.
I feel like that there's work to be done, but there's a very important point that I wanted to share with both of y'all. Like when I was a young boy, probably like 15 or 16, I had these real like set rules, that I used to live by. And one of them used to be like when a female was mad, I would always be like, yo, don't even talk to me until you're not mad anymore. And I think that at some point we lost that very important factor, because when you try to have a conversation with grown-up people now, if they are mad or if they feel some type of way, they can't hear what the fuck you saying. Like they can't even comprehend the information that you're trying to give them. They can't hear you because they're upset or they're hurting or whatever it may be. The whole message is going to get lost.
Mm-hmm.
So that is where we need to start from. And this is something that, I've seen like very recently, that damn, I'm trying to talk to you about something and you can't even hear me.
Right.
Go back to that. Go back to
this one.
Right, so let's go back to Sarah's comment.
You have to give respect to receive respect.
I don't believe that.
What's your thoughts on that? Let's stay there for a quick minute.
You don't think respect should be mutual?
No, I believe that it should be mutual, but I don't think that I should have to show you respect first for you to start respecting me.
Right. I would agree with you there.
Everybody's level of respect is different.
Right.
The way we communicate, the way we move, our brought-ups, our beliefs are different. Is by the way people talk, by the way people answer, by our responses, by our body language. There's a number of different things that go into that. If you're genuinely, giving respect or want, it's about how you.
This is the shit that I hate now. Just because somebody's yelling, why can't you hear them? Just because they're yelling, like.
Well,
because they pre-programmed themselves to think that yelling means whatever, and that's a cop. It's a cop out.
Right. No. Stay right there. I'm gonna say it is not a cop out. Let me tell you why it's not a cop out. I'm gonna be fully transparent here.
Esh, let's make it simple, Esh. If I'm yelling and I tell you, yo, don't fucking touch that, it's fucking hot. Can you hear me? Or you can't hear me because I'm yelling?
No, let me tell you. When I was younger and growing up, let me tell you, the line of communication, and I feel like my mom at her big age that she is will appreciate this. The line of communication in my house was, I'm going to fuck you up and I'm cussing you the fuck out.
Right.
Every instruction, I was hollered at.
But
everything that I was told to do, I didn't fucking hear it. Because as a child, I fucking blanked out. Wait, here we go. Here we go. I'm about
There
to
gotta
change
be
it.
some female shit now because when my mom yelled at me, I heard every fucking word. I heard every fucking word when my mom yelled at me.
You had to
Listen. Let me tell you. You're absolutely right. I heard it, absolutely. But after a certain point of time, I became numb to it. And therefore, I didn't hear it anymore. So coming into my older age, yes, if you're going to holler at me, I am going to go into defense mode. And it's unfortunate because that's how it's unfortunate. And I'm not going to say that that is a cop because I am one of those individuals. You holler at me, I shut down. And that it's been since I've been 3 or 4. So
it's gotta be a female thing, though.
I don't know.
Maybe they
It
need
can
to play
be.
sports. Or
It can
Maybe
be.
y'all need to play sports or something because when you got a coach yelling at you, you just hear the coach yelling. Like it's not.
Yeah, but and I get that too. But I think for me, because it started happening at such a young age,
Right.
2, 3, 4,
I
blah
stand
blah
with
blah.
you. I stand with you. My mom yelled at me since I was a baby. I still heard every fucking word.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe it's my emotional sensitivity portion of it that digested the negative of that yelling. You know what I mean? I've gotten better at it.
So let's stay right here in this whole circle. So if I'm having a conversation with a female and we're both yelling, that's not an issue for me. Like I can still hear her.
Me too.
But do you guys feel like sometimes that if both parties are yelling or even one party are yelling that a point is getting lost somewhere in just the
no, because what does the volume? Yelling? What does the volume? This is what I tried to say earlier in the mission statement. Listen to the message. Listen to the intent. Stop worrying about tone. Y'all so fucking worried about tone on every occasion that you're not hearing the messages or the intent. If my intent, if we're yelling and I have a different intent, I'm not going to keep yelling. I'm just going to fuck you up. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
No, I agree. And I agree with you, Nell. Like, I mean, I just see it in myself. You know what I mean? I really see it in myself so much that when a person yells, I just don't, I'm not receptive to it. But I also do feel like because of that, I shut down a lot of shit.
Right.
And I don't listen, which is detrimental as well.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think that's detrimental, and you can't allow the volume for you not to hear something. Like
that's true. I do agree with that. I don't know. I've gotten better. I've honestly gotten better.
I don't yell, Marilyn, so I don't know who you asking this question to because I'm not a yeller. Now, if I yelled at my kids, yeah, I scared the fuck out of my kids. I will yell at my kids and scare the fuck out of them. But, you know, they still heard what the fuck I said or they got fucked up. So it's real simple. Either you hear when somebody is yelling or the message is going to be lost or you might get fucked up because you wasn't listening. Sorry.
Right.
I mean, I'm lost. What's up?
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes like communication is finding a healthy medium for all parties to be able to communicate. Like if you feel like you can't yell, are you going to alter that for your person?
Who's telling me that I can't yell?
But I'm just saying, like, let's just say she say, okay, well, yelling freezes me and everything goes out the window when you yell. Like, are you taking that into consideration? Or are you like, no, like you can't tell me how and what to do?
Exactly. Let's stay right there. Are you a fucking grown up? At some point, like Nell like to say emotional intelligence. Fuck emotional intelligence. How about some emotional maturity? At what point are we gonna fucking grow up? If I'm yelling or if somebody's yelling, it's not a physical fucking harm. I know that y'all don't like verbal abuse and all that shit, and I'm not speaking on that. I'm talking about a high volume. I'm not yelling, calling you bitches. I just might be yelling. It's not hurting you. You can fucking hear me. What are we talking about?
Yeah, definitely can hear you, but I'm definitely like the smoke turns up at that point in time. I don't hear shit.
That's the
I don't hear
problem.
shit.
That's the problem.
I know.
Don't internalize that as smoke. That's the problem. Stop internalizing everything as smoke.
So if it's not smoke, then what is it?
A conversation.
This might be real.
Just a confrontation.
Nell gets loud and passionate.
Right.
Listen, Nell gets loud and passionate sometimes. He's not fucking scolding you. He's just being loud.
I'll be like, Nell mad at me, y'all. I can't take it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. It's just maybe it is a woman thing.
It's the thing too. I don't. You know what? It's weird when you try to suppress somebody else's response when you come at them with a response that you came at them with. See, this is the thing about us as adults, right? Again, as we said, you should be able to discern the conversation and know when it's meant for help, right, or a teaching type of situation, or just a conversation.
Right, it's just a heated conversation.
Right? Y'all come at us and say what y'all want to say. How can you say something that to somebody how you want to say it, but then try to mute their response?
All right.
If you don't want to hear that person's response, then don't say anything to them. Right. And that safeguards yourself from anything that you can't handle. Right? Mm-hmm. You can't approach a person and say what you want to say because you said it through text or you said it how you said it, and they can't respond. What that is crazy right there. That's what I call crazy. Right? You come at somebody, you throwing darts and daggers, but the moment they respond back, how they respond back, and they go with that, and you can't handle that, now you feel offended. Right. If you can't handle that, don't get off the bench. Stay there. This ain't for you. And you can't tailor a person's response.
Right.
I want the conversation. Don't do it.
Right.
Things get heated don't always necessarily mean it's meant to destroy you. It's just that. It's that.
Right.
What does being grown up have to do with how you talk to someone? A lot.
Exactly.
Because we're not kids. Being grown up has a lot to do with it. Because as a grown up, you know what's the difference between being a grown up and being a child? A child hasn't had experiences the way adults have. We have experience in life to know a heated conversation don't always have to do with this is going to kill me.
Right.
This heated conversation could make you, hopefully help you to see a different narrative that you may have not seen. Right. So it is what it is. Yeah. Everything ain't always got to be like people can like. It's funny because I see people all the time post. It is what it is. I'm matching energies. Somebody say this, I'm saying it back. But the moment somebody really does say something to you, it's you shouldn't have said it that way. Right. Oh my God, I don't have time for that. Like at the end of the day, that's why I said, let's have harmony.
I'm lost.
If just let's have peace.
Not to hear.
Yo, I'm lost. I'm so lost now. I'm so lost because I promise that I don't want to bash y'all females anymore.
What happened?
I just need to understand how is it that y'all think that y'all can say all kinds of craziness
because you know what we heard all our life though? You know what we heard all our life when it came to relationships? I didn't say it to you. I didn't talk to you in any kind of way, but you can say what you want to say. But I didn't scream it at you, or I didn't holler it at you, or I didn't say it disrespectfully. No. How do you know how it landed on a person?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying that's what the narrative.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Hold on, Ish.
Go ahead.
Do you yell at niggas when you're passionate?
Yeah, sometimes I do. Absolutely.
Right now,
No. I get you. Listen. I promise you, I get y'all 120%. I just shared my perspective with being hollered at as a child and how I brought that into my adulthood. Like, you know what I mean? And how I shut down in regards to that. But I don't deny the fact that I sometimes yell and holler and scream myself. But then I also try to check myself because I know how I feel when it's done to me. So therefore, I try to come back and draw it back.
Right there, right? You took you said you yell and scream sometimes, right? But you got to check yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
You yelled and screamed because you were passionate about something.
Right. You human.
You didn't mean no malice. You meant no malice. You didn't tell your brothers to go shoot shit up. You just was passionate in the moment because you gave a fuck about what you was talking about, right?
Right. Yeah, you
gave a fuck about what you was talking about to the person that you was talking to it about. That's what we're trying to get you to appreciate. The conversation can be heated. It could go a million different ways. But if the intent ain't malice, stop looking at it as a detriment and look at it to a point of, I got my emotions that overflow sometimes too, and I gotta check myself. And that's only what's going on with the person. That's all.
And
listen to what's coming out their mouth.
Go ahead, sir.
And that's why I said, Ish, the same thing that you just said is what I just said. Y'all can't hear us because of your past pain.
Absolutely. And I agree. And then sometimes, you know, like later on down in life, I learned a lot of shit about that whole upbringing thing, right? But how can you decipher, right, people's true intent versus malice? Because it's not all the time that you be hollering, not necessarily y'all, but it's times that people be hollering with malice.
Hold on,
I holler. I'm gonna tell you my intent. I'm a perfect example for that question. I holler. I get very passionate. I'm very boisterous. I am very passionate and candid about what come out my mouth. The difference between me coming out my mouth and in real life is, like I said before, if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm pulling up. A conversation that's verbal is heated is different than the malice intent ain't there if we having a heated discussion. It could be taken there on a physical route, but that's not where we at with it. We're not going there. So you said, how did you discern from this verbal, this conversation is heated and it's getting intense to it's malice?
I'm lost.
Malice is shooting shit up.
Yes.
Malice is a difficult conversation. That's why.
No, because if a person is hollering and screaming at you, right, and they saying, "Bitch,"
exactly. Each stay right there. Exactly. That's what I just said. When I'm yelling, I'm not calling you a bitch. I'm just talking loud.
Right, but okay, let's just say a person does say bitch. Names. Is that malice?
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to discern.
Yes,
because hollering could be, oh well, because I really fucking love you. Like that's passion. That is blah blah blah.
The malice is when he's degrading you, calling you a bitch. Yes, if somebody physically harms you. Yes, that is the malice, and that's the intent right there. It's easy to see. It's easy to see and hear. The words will be there.
All right, so the words are the governing factor.
Right. The word, not just the words, but the intent. Like, if I'm passionate and I'm yelling, but I'm trying to help you, am I fucking being disrespectful to you? No, I'm telling you something that's for your better good. I should be able to yell if I feel like yelling.
Well, just talk to me softly. My fucking ears work.
Y'all babies. That's what I keep telling you. Y'all fucking babies.
Look, I knew that was going to get Nell. I knew. It got to smile. It got to smile. It got to smile. I know. Just my ears work fine, though. I think too.
Y'all fucking babies, man. Babies, look, babies and young children cower when you yell at them at a certain tone. As a grown-up, you've been hearing this shit your whole fucking life. You still fucking cowering at somebody yelling?
No. I don't cower, but I just I do not hear what the fuck you. I don't hear what you saying.
So am I supposed to hear what you saying?
But I don't.
Am I supposed to hear what you saying when you yelling?
No, because at this point,
I'm asking you a question.
Yelling, no, that's what I said. At this point of yelling, bantering at this point because you're not hearing me. I'm not hearing
I'm
you.
hearing you.
And we not getting
I'm
shit
hearing-
accomplished.
I'm hearing you. Yes,
I'm hearing
you. I'm hearing you because I want to hear every fucking word you say because I need to know where I need to jab you in your fucking throat. So I'm listening to every fucking word. Please believe.
Well,
Hearing.
shit.
Hearing.
I don't know. You know.
I'm hearing.
I don't know. You hearing, but see, that's good because there sometimes the reciprocal back and forth and the reciprocal hollering, everybody X's out. X's out.
Why
nobody hears nothing.
No, do you know why I'm hearing? It's because the person on the other end is connected to me.
Right.
So regardless if it's fucking heated, regardless if we killing each other verbally, you still my motherfucking you mine. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Right? So I hear it because you mine. I gotta hear it.
Hey.
I gotta hear it. I'm gonna hear it multiple times. So I'm listening. The conversation won't get heated. Okay.
This can be
real. We move past it.
Right. This can be real easily simplified. Like
But this is what I keep telling y'all. Stop saying you with the smoke.
Right.
You're not with the smoke. Just leave the smoke to the smokers. Leave the smoke to Canada. Let Canada keep the smoke. You're not with the smoke, so stop. So don't do it. So
mine is
cool.
Look, no, mine is real simple. If you can't handle how I talk, then don't talk to me.
Right.
It's that simple.
I'm a big proponent. If you don't want my response, don't question me. But if you don't want my response, don't ask me something or don't say something to me that's going to garner a response.
Right.
And damn sure don't tell me don't respond because I'm gonna fucking respond.
Right. So do y'all feel like
people and tell people what you want them? You can't talk to people and say what you want to say and then think they're not gonna respond. Who is mad?
Right. I agree.
Go ahead, Esh, what's your question before we move
So
on?
do y'all feel like if you have a mild-mannered person, like a person who's really low scale, low key, not really a boisterous, not really loud and all of that, do y'all feel like y'all will still like communicate with the person with loud and a boisterous?
So you asking, can I communicate with somebody that's loud?
Well, yeah, or if you are a loud person, let's just say, and
All
your
right,
partner is not so loud and very low key.
I'm not the loud person, and most females are loud. So I've been dealing with this my whole life, and that doesn't bother me at all unless you say keywords. Unless you have trigger. Yeah, unless you say keywords or unless you have certain intent in what you're saying. Unless I deem it disrespectful. I don't care how loud you're saying whatever you're saying. It's what you're saying.
Right, go ahead.
That's what I was going to say. Some people confuse that with, I'm not being loud. But the words that you're saying, that they're saying to you, rings volumes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Somebody could be mild-tempered and real monotone, but be saying some wild shit.
Right.
So again, you can't temper somebody else's response when you saying what you want to say. It don't matter how your voice is. If you could say it in a Mickey Mouse voice, but if you're saying crazy shit in Mickey Mouse's voice, then you can't check somebody's response. That's why we said if you can't handle it, don't do it. Right. If you ain't for it, stop it. And then 2, take a minute. Just take a minute and pause. That's why I said for me, I need to get that off. What you talking about? Because I need to calm the fuck down, and I need you to explain yourself to me so I can understand it, so I can then understand where you coming from with it. But if you just coming straight off the yells bar with it, I'm taking it there. I don't want to take it there. I be trying to avoid all to take it there, but it is what it is.
You playing in dangerous waters now. So I'm telling
sorry,
you. So I would tell you playing in dangerous waters, man. Because
what is that?
Because say you have the female that's on her irate shit and she called you like 50 times a day and you just hit her with the yo, what you talking about? No, you can't. I'm not allowing that shit. you is not gonna call me 50 times in one day and then I look to you for a fucking explanation. No, you fucking crazy bitch, get off my line.
just like but that's true. But if a person call on my phone, 9 times out of 10, like if she call on my phone, she connected to me. Like that's got like I don't people ain't just calling my phone randomly 50 million times back to back looking for.
That's what I'm saying. You ignoring her, Nell. That's what I'm saying. In this scenario, you're
like, no. It's be times when you don't be ignoring. You could be busy. You could be at work. You could hit the phone or whatever. You could be busy, and they calling you. And then when you answer, what the fuck was you doing?
See, that's what I'm saying.
That's why I said, what you talk? That's why I'm gonna give them the benefit. What you about? I called you 90 million 11 times.
I'm not doing all that. I don't give a fuck.
Is that respect or disrespect in your eyes?
That's disrespect.
What's disrespect? What, them asking you a question?
Like, what the fuck is you doing?
That's disrespectful. Yes.
That's disrespectful.
If I didn't answer my phone, it's obviously because I was busy or I didn't want to answer my phone. Don't fucking question me about what the fuck I was doing. You don't pay none of my fucking bills. None of this shit. Who the fuck you think you talking to?
But it was just a question.
No.
But the reason why I asked.
I mean, I don't ask questions like that, but
I asked. For me, I need that. But for me, I need that. I need to know what you talking about. I want to understand what you're talking about.
No, you're playing in dangerous waters. Listen to me, good brother. You playing in dangerous waters.
I'm trying to be the one that's open with the. You don't listen. You won't understand. I be trying to give it. I'm giving you the floor so I can hear you and understand.
I hear you.
Now,
I hear you. But listen,
constant jabs in that.
No, I hear you, and I'm not mad at you. But what I'm saying is the person that I'm engaged with, I need you to have some kind of emotional maturity to know that if I'm not answering my phone, it's because I'm busy or I didn't want to. And you didn't die, so fucking relax. And when it's time for us to talk, we'll talk and be civil about it. Don't fucking question me all crazy. Like you're my fucking.
Do you think they're gonna be civil with you when you ready to talk?
And that's when you lose access to me. I don't play these kind of games. You're gonna lose access to me. I'm not fucking playing with you. I'm fucking 43 years old. Who the fuck you think you're talking to? Fuck we doing?
I can't write them off that easy, man. I'll be like, you know what I mean? I'll be trying to give them the benefit.
That's why I said you playing a game.
But that's what I'm saying.
The reason why I give the benefit of the doubt of explaining or having them explain is because because we all flawed. We all got our shit with them. You know, it's probably times when they dealt with my shit, and I'm just going to deal with their shit too. If I love them, I just can't. It ain't just a turn off for me. It ain't just a. You know what I mean? I got to understand where somebody going with it. But then, too, I also got to learn. And also what I'm learning, too, is my peace.
No. All right, let's stay right there, no, because I'm on your side. But let's stay right there. All right, so say this is just one day. You told Shorty you had to work and you going to be busy. You already said this to her. Now, she still call you 35 fucking times questioning, like, yo, where the fuck you at? What you doing? The text is coming through, paragraphs coming through, all this and that. It's blowing up. But you already said to her, yo, I'm gonna be busy all day. I'm gonna hit you when I get a minute. If you don't look at that as crazy, then I'm telling you, you're playing in dangerous waters.
It is crazy, but we all have our moments of fucking craziness, and it's not the right way, but like I take them vows serious, man. Definitely, I mean, sickness and death till death do us part out this motherfucker.
Nigga, you ain't married to her.
But listen, Nelson.
Nelson,
when I'm in it. I treat that shit like that.
I treat that shit like a commitment. I treat it as if she's my wife. We just ain't got the ceremony. We ain't got the piece of paper. But if I give you my time, my energy, my life, my love, then I look at you as my wife. I don't just look at you as just somebody that's I can replace in a month or so. Like that's why for me, relationships mean more than just showing social media. or just saying certain shit. That shit means something for me. It ain't just no whatever, never shit. That's why I put my all into that shit. That's why I fight for that shit. That's why I go to depths to show a motherfucker that I'm in this shit for him. That's why I'm not just gonna go for anything no okie doke, because my shit be straight from the jump off.
I hear you, good brother.
Yeah, but I mean, she should be having some shit to do with her own.
It ain't even about having nothing to do.
Absolutely. But this the thing. I came in this world Darnell. I didn't come in this world Darnell plus her. I came in this world on my own accord. So I gotta only do what I can do. I can't force somebody to do something that they're not ready to do until that time or whatever. I can only produce what Darnell is going to produce, and hopefully that my other half is doing the same. That's why I said for me, respect looks like solidarity.
Right.
It ain't always going to be sweet talks and back rubs and dick sucks. That's everybody has their own fetish. Everybody has their own wants and needs. For me, it's a little different, and everybody else, it looks different for them, and there's nothing wrong with that. So that's where it is. That's where it lies for me.
I'm with you, good brother. I'm not mad at your message. All I said was be careful.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm just saying be careful.
Careful.
That's all. I just want you to be careful, good brother. That's all. That's all I'm asking.
Listen.
Be careful. That's all. What's up, Aisha? Where we at?
Ladies, lead them niggas on red. Facts. They don't want to fucking answer. They don't want to fucking respond. Then when they go to fucking call you, leave them on red.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that
shit real quick.
Don't do that.
Bothers me
don't
none.
do that shit.
Why would that bother me?
Don't pump that shit. Don't pump that shit into somebody's head. Like we ain't spreading that. We ain't spreading them crazy ass 15-year-old girl messages. Leave them on red if they don't respond. Niggas got lives, man.
Right, and as she should as well. She should have a life as well. She shouldn't be blowing up your phone.
I'm trying to build a kingdom over here, baby. I ain't sitting around watching As the World Turns and fucking eating popcorn.
Well, with a kingdom comes a queen. With a kingdom comes a queen. And basically the individual that
absolutely.
is, texting, where you at, what you doing, what you doing.
Absolutely.
Right.
Eesh, you're losing me, Eesh.
I know. What I'm saying is with the kingdom comes a queen. So you got an individual that's texting saying, hey, where you at? What you were doing? What you would do? She don't feel like she aligned with you. Maybe she not aligned with you. Maybe she not it.
Why she
maybe
not
she's
aligned?
not the queen. I don't know, because then she wouldn't be having to text you.
No, maybe she
50,000 times.
Maybe she just
or maybe she has her own insecurities.
Yes.
Why do that have to be that she's not aligned with me because she's insecure about her life? Because of her lack thereof.
Yes, maybe she.
That don't make no sense.
Yes.
All right,
so she don't feel like she aligned. So every 5 minutes, every 20 minutes, every minute of the day.
So she's not crazy though. She's not crazy though, no, right? Remember, she's not crazy. So what is she? So is she not aligned? She's not crazy. She's insecure. She's insecure.
It's a sign of insecurity. Insecurity don't always equal crazy. That's your depth. That's a deep look within yourself to figure out where you going, where you're insecure at. That don't mean you crazy because you insecure.
You should never be with somebody when you feel insecure. You should never be with somebody when you feel insecure. This is what I'm so lost.
What if they're insecure? Hold up, Esh. What if you're insecure about your own self, your own inadequacies? That don't mean shit about you. And you insecure about it. You could be insecure with your own self, and there's a lot of that going on in life and around here.
No, let's stay right there. That's why I said I can't deal with insecure people. No. Why you insecure? You fucking figure your shit out. Get your shit together. Why you insecure?
Do you not think that we all have a level of insecurities within us?
I don't have any insecurities, good brother. I'm straight.
Right?
I know who the fuck I am. Listen, I know who the fuck I am. I know who the fuck I am. I know what the fuck I want. I know what the fuck I need. Yes. I don't have any insecurities. I'm straight.
The whole world will say that. Right? We all know that nobody will take responsibilities for their insecurities, right?
Most people will be lying.
But a vast majority of people are insecure within themselves, and they project that on someone else because they don't want to internalize what it is that they're insecure about and fix or get in front of. So they will put those insecurities on other people because it's a safe place to be.
Listen to me now. Like I said earlier, I'm 43 years old. If you're insecure about your weight, work out. If you're insecure about your job, get another job. Whatever the fuck you insecure about, let's make a move. Let's bust a move.
I feel you. I'm saying
everybody
that.
keep
I'm
fucking
saying
talking.
that's where
Everybody keep talking. Let's do some shit.
Right.
That's what I said. And that's why I said to Ish, stop with that narrative about leave them niggas on red because they don't answer the phone. That's because
well,
a nigga could be working. And nigga could be out here building a kingdom and doing all the shit that y'all need him to do. But then Ish said, well, where's the king without the queen?
Well, yeah, because if she your queen and she's standing next to you, there should be no reason for her to go buck wild because you're not responding to a text.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point that I am
That's what we're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
What we're saying.
Because then that means
we're
it's
all
not
saying
being
that.
reciprocated from the other end. That's all I'm saying.
Agree.
That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to place a bad narrative out there. I'm just trying to say that obviously.
What happens when it is reciprocated and they still go crazy? Is she just crazy?
Yeah, I say she's the fuck crazy.
That bitch was just crazy.
Crazy. She's crazy. Absolutely.
Like there should be no reason in the world that I just left you this morning and I just went to work and then you didn't hear from me throughout the day and you lose your fucking mind. You should not lose your mind.
Right. Especially when I'm communicating these things to you. And that's the thing. If it's being communicated and it's on the other end as well, then absolutely. It's fucking nuts. Stop it. I don't know what you're doing.
Help me out, man. I've been lost.
Listen, I don't know.
Y'all want to give people crazy. Y'all want to get crazy people past this. Who we doing, man?
No. Crazy is crazy. Okay.
Who we doing, man?
Whatever level of crazy
man.
It is. Well, listen, y'all. Listen, it was hot. It was hot today, right? So I got a little sex icebreaker.
Uh-oh.
A little sex icebreaker.
We doing an icebreaker? We doing an icebreaker for before erotic zone, or is this?
We doing an icebreaker before erotic zone.
Solid. What's up?
All right. So listen, it's been 90 degrees. It was almost 90 degrees today here in Philadelphia. I'm not quite sure what the temperatures were where you are, but it was rather hot. So remove the air conditioner out of the equation or the central air.
Right.
It's hot.
Right.
As hell. No fan. No central air, no air conditioner, and you want to get it in.
I'm from the hood.
What are you doing? You from the hood, right? So you are going to answer this ever so perfectly. What are you doing to make the session a comfortable one?
First and foremost, like I stated, I'm from the hood. There was plenty of times where I didn't have an air conditioner and or a fan. You had to turn the fan backwards just to blow the hot air out of your room. I'm from all of these things.
Well, no fan, no nothing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You cannot have that is not going to stop me from smashing. I'm smashing through this heat. You might need some ice cubes or whatever you need to make yourself feel better. I don't care about none of that.
So
I was scared through all of this heat. I don't understand these deterrents that y'all be having. I don't care about none of that.
So listen, I mean, so you might not need it, but what if she needs it? What are you doing? I mean, let's just look at Marilyn's comment. I'm hollering right now.
Let me get to the comments, man. Yeah, Marilyn said she having hot flashes.
Right, she have hot flashes. So are you doing?
If she need a slushie or some ice cubes, ice it down or whatever, I can provide. We can work it out, but I don't need none of that. I don't care if it's 115 degrees. If I'm trying to smash, I'm trying to smash. That is not going to deter me. We just both gonna be naked and high and fucking.
Not you blowing on her now. Nell, please stop. You creating your own little fan.
Some kind of air gonna come out, motherfucker. You dig? If what you supposed to do if you ain't got the resources or the means to cool the motherfucker down, and you still want to get it in? I guess sweat gonna be pouring off your body into her eyes.
That's what I'm saying. That's a female thing. Y'all find any little reason to not have sex. That's what
right. That's what I was gonna say too.
Find reasons to not have sex. I find reasons to have sex.
Right.
And let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. So you asked us a question about that, right? Mm-hmm. If I put this pillow over you and pass you out, are you still concerned about the heat? No.
No, I'm
That's why my theory, pillow pass out, is a great theory. Because you forget that you hot.
I can't.
Pillow pass out, bring back the life. It's something that we should try.
See, yeah. I mean, with it being so hot, it'll happen quicker when you put the pillow over her head at that point because she already can't breathe. So, the pillow, it'll take her out a lot quicker. But I feel like there's some other things that we could do besides.
Well, what else do you need? What else do you need? What else do you need, Ish?
I mean, it's ice. It's now we gotta towels,
jump through hoops. Now we gotta jump through hoops.
It's not jumping through hoops. It's making it fun. It's bringing some shit into the situation to make it better.
You know what makes it fun? If you just get naked. They go to fun. All the fun is right there.
All right, I'm butt ass naked and sweat is pouring down my body.
That's amazing. Is
that a bad thing to actually? Is it a bad thing to actually have a sweaty, intense?
Right. That's an amazing time.
That's good crazy shit. Because now you can what is that? Decompress in a shower together.
Right.
You could go in there and be like, damn, that shit was hot and steamy. Now we can get in this good, cool shower and get it and wash each other up.
But the point
you ain't always got to be cool and comfortable.
Right. I understand. I completely understand. And a straightforward, hot, sweaty, funk 'em down session is necessary every now and again. But the point of it is to have you thinking of other ways to implement different shit into it. So that way, not that it necessarily makes it more comfortable, but that is something different. How about going to fucking grab a popsicle from the freezer?
Fuck, I need a popsicle.
And rolling it down the crack of my ass.
That's sticky than a motherfucker. Now we got
but then you gonna want that
sticky popsicle.
We can get in the shower afterwards. And then we can get in the shower afterwards. Okay.
Now we got a sticky popsicle on your ass. Now you got sticky popsicle juice on my sheets. Now I gotta change my sheets. Y'all be doing them fucking.
That's not doing too much. Like, come on, stop it. So you can't change the sheets now. You can't change the sheets now. Oh my God, changing the sheets is too much.
No, I'm not saying that it's too much. I'm just saying, why do y'all always need all this extra shit?
Because it's fun. It's fun. It's different.
Yes, yeah. Yo, I wish I could go back to my teenage years when my shorties just didn't give a fuck.
I cannot. It's not that we necessarily give a fuck, but take a minute, implement some different shit. It's hot as a motherfucker. It's hot as a motherfucker. Cold. Thank you, Helen. That's it. Cold towel, shower, ice cube, something. Blow on me now.
No blowing on you.
There you go. Something. Like, just do a little something. We can all make it through the heat.
I remember those teenage years very vividly, and it was a ball. It was hot as shit, and it was a ball. We was both butt naked.
You being too fucking bougie now, Ish.
Yes, it was a ball.
Fucking bougie. Get your ass in there and sweat your perm out, girl, and call it afternoon.
Facts.
I'm blowing on your face. You high? You about to pass out?
It was a good time, man.
Now blowing on coochie and shit, I can't. Teen talking about something was a good time, just sweat, just a dripping.
Eesh. That's what I'm about to say. I might even appreciate that more because that heat got you to get naked quicker.
I cannot with y'all. What am I going to do with y'all? What are we going to do with these guys, girls?
You walk into your dude house in this steamer in that motherfucker. Hot as shit. The first thing you're doing is coming out your clothes.
Right.
This is true. But this is what I'm saying. Sensation. Bring sensation into the picture. Stop with it. Stop with it. Make it fun. Let me tell you. I'm telling you right now, like 20 years with me, insanity. All kind of shit happening.
No, jump through hoops, dog.
Ain't no that. Why is that jumping through hoops?
Because why do I need to do all of that? Why is that necessary?
Why is it not? But why is it not fun to you?
Eesh, it can be fun, but you got the pussy, I got the dick. There is the fun right there.
Okay, well, if we're together, you getting that pussy and you getting that dick for the everyday 4 or 5 times a day.
That's not true because
ain't it not true?
That's not true.
Ain't it not true?
Y'all not with it. That's not true because y'all not with it.
All right, so
y'all need days to recover. Y'all have period days. Y'all have not in the mood days. Y'all have all these fucking days. So that is not true.
If the pillowcase ain't gonna work, right? Let's put the pillow to the side, right? What if I walk her to the sink, turn the water on, stick her head under there, and hit him from the back while she cool?
He about to waterboard this bitch, and you talking about here we go.
Listen,
waterboard shorty.
There you go. I'm with some shit. That's different. I understand, Janine.
Is it cool if she drowned under the waterfall and we then bring her back to life?
Yeah, bring me fuck back to life.
Yeah, we waterboard.
I'm drowning as I'm getting the dick. I mean, you know, but that's just me. That's just me. I know that Marilyn, everybody ain't just like me.
Hey, Marilyn, I don't mean to be insensitive when I say this, but everybody ain't that old, and everybody hasn't been through that transition yet.
Right.
Everybody hasn't been through that transition yet.
No, don't do that. She could have had a problem or something. She could have had a little problem down there.
I cannot.
You said she's 76 years old.
Look,
you said her menstrual pain.
Tara, like, what is a period? It's still girls that have periods. Everybody not that old, y'all.
I'm young and I'm, you know.
What we talking about, man?
Listen, put some ice, some popsicles, some shower, some water, do something.
Listen,
cold towel, put it in the freezer.
Before we get into the erotic zone, who was that? Helen said, let's find the what is that? Let's find the sprinkler in somebody's yard. All right, let's stay right there, Ish. How many of y'all is fucking in somebody's yard? Stop capping. Y'all ain't doing it. Stop capping. Stop capping.
I mean, I know, Janine, I'm sorry. Your girl is a little wild over here, but I'm fucking in somebody's yard.
I'm capping. Everybody ain't doing that.
I'm fucking in somebody's yard under the water sprinkler.
How many people on your realm is doing it though?
I got you. I get it. I understand. I understand. But you know, that was a little fun little sex breaker, little sex icebreaker. All right, y'all ready? Because I'm putting y'all on the hot spot, my niggas.
Let's get into it because no waterboarding already, so it's nowhere else for us to go after that.
I hope that y'all know what the emojis are. Okay, I hope y'all know what the emojis are because we are bringing them into the erotic zone tonight, y'all. We are turning the emojis into sex emojis, and these two are going to have to guess what the emojis mean. Now, it's a phrase, it's a dirty phrase, and so I am going to put a picture up.
We can't see shit on that paper.
I know. I got to turn backwards because I didn't want to show you what it is. Okay. So I'm going to put a picture up and you guys are going to have to guess, okay, what the picture is going to be. Now, Nell, T, whoever has the most, I'll think of, something fun to do for the people in the chat. But until then, y'all niggas need to have y'all shit together.
All right,
So,
I think
y'all
we
ready?
lost. I think we lost Nell, but
Okay, HR management. All right, there he go. There he go. Now you ready?
Yes.
Now, I don't really know. This is the dirty Pictionary game, is what I called it.
Go ahead, Ish.
Yeah, this is the dirty Pictionary game, is what I called it. So, we only going to stay on one picture, maybe 3 guesses. Okay, if you can't guess it, we're going to pass on to the next one. Okay, we're going to see who has the most. All right. You ready? Here is the first one. Now, people in the chat, if y'all could just hold off on y'all guesses until either the guys guess it right or until we come back around to it again, because I don't want to give it up. All right? Y'all ready? Here's the first one.
Mm-hmm. Who guesses it first?
Booty call.
One of us?
That's booty call.
Mm-hmm.
Was it
we
booty
just blurred
call?
them out?
Yeah, you just blurred them out.
All right.
So we just blurred them out. T got that one first. That is booty call. All right. So Nell, you ready? You got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next one.
Glory hole.
All right. Nell got that one. See? Nell. All right. Ready?
Yeah. God damn, Ish. Threesome.
Nope. Go
Dick and
ahead.
balls.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm lost. You got any more guesses now?
All right. You got any more guesses now?
No, you frozen? I think Nell frozen.
Nell frozen. All right. I'm gonna go to the next one. We're gonna try to wait this.
What was that answer though, Ish?
No, do we want to come back to it or we want to give the answer?
All right, we'll come back to it.
Titty fuck.
All right. Yes, that's right now. That's a titty fuck.
I said that like 8 times. Titty fuck.
We couldn't hear you.
I mean, nigga, we can't hear you.
Oh, all right, my bad. But I was froze?
Yeah.
Yeah. You was gone, my nigga. All right. Ready? Next one.
I'm lost, man. It's chicken head.
Is that a soccer ball?
Yeah, that's a soccer ball. It's a chicken head. It's a chicken head.
Blue ball.
Not the chicken head. What the fuck do you see blue at? All right. No go.
What is it? Turkey baster? I'm sorry. What the fuck where are we going with this shit?
2 balls and a chick.
2 balls and a chick? Threesome, then.
Yeah.
No.
2 balls and a chick.
Cock and balls.
Come on, man.
Cock and balls. So your dick and balls. Cock and balls. Okay. All right. So we got T with 1 and Nell with 2. All right. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Blowjob.
Yeah, that's blowjob.
Blowjob. Dick suck. Blowjob. Blowjob.
That's it, Ish?
Yeah, that's it. Blowjob.
I can't
Okay.
see it.
All right, ready?
I want to say threesome for everyone.
Yes, you do. We gotta get you one of those.
Go ahead.
We gotta get you one of those. Come on, ready?
Dry the boat.
I was gonna say carpet muncher. Go ahead.
Carpet? Fuck! Are you getting carpet muncher out of this?
I'm going off, man. You said be extra.
I know. Tell me, what is this? Go ahead now. You didn't try. Tugboat.
Tugboat.
I'm hollering.
Yeah,
what the fuck is that?
You sound in the chat, people.
Motor boating.
Motorboat. All right.
Motor boating. So y'all didn't get that.
That joint was rough. That joint was rough to get.
All right.
I'm a simple nigga.
It's a real game.
This some shit that I made up. Come on.
He made it up.
You already know. The erotic zone be all.
I thought the stores. I'm like, who sells this?
This Carisha, please.
Yeah, this some shit that I came up with. So don't be,
It's Esh, please. It's Esh, please.
Yeah, this Esh, please.
Yeah, but the fucking cars though look so profesh.
Listen, you know how I do.
Yeah, that's how it is.
That's how it is over here.
You put the work in.
Right.
Man.
Yeah.
Yep. Facts. All right, we ready? Next one.
69.
69.
Yeah. All right. T said it first, but this is 69. This one was easy. So some are easy, some are hard. All right. So we got 69. Which one didn't we get? The motorboating, right? We didn't get that one. Okay. Ready?
Hold up. Come on.
What's wrong now?
Come on. You made this?
Yeah, nigga.
I want to commend you because this shit could be sold in stores and used as a stimulation night for a person with their lady or man.
Well, I mean, just so you'll know, like this is one of the games that I play when I give events and I go and I do shows. This is one of the games that I play.
I like this. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yet another thing that deterring you from getting the pussy.
Okay. The game.
Please. I can't. Wait, let me take I'm choking. Let me.
The thoughts and views of Uncensored Minds are the thoughts and views of Uncensored Minds.
What's my name? HR management?
HR management. All right, we ready? Next one. See who gets this.
Fast.
Ass eater.
Not ass eater. Pass.
Back it up.
Doggy style.
Yeah.
Look, that's a rewind time.
Cowboy, cowgirl.
No, that's my old nigga.
Cowgirl, cowboy, cowgirl, reverse cowgirl.
Reverse cowgirl.
Yeah. Nell said it first. Reverse cowgirl. Yes, that was it. All right. T. 2. Now 4. T.
I don't care. I'm trying to get to the pussy. Y'all sitting over here playing games. I'm not playing games with y'all. Just get naked.
All right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 left. So let's go. Ready?
One night stand.
One night stand.
Mm-hmm. That was easy.
Yeah, that was
all
easy,
right. Okay. Here we go. Next one.
No head.
No head. No ass.
Nope.
No spitting. No swallowing.
Period. My period is on.
What the fuck you calling for?
I know. I'm sorry. I don't know what is happening with my throat.
She don't suck dick.
Cancel head.
Yes.
Oh, red light. Ran the red light.
I ran the red light. Oh man.
No. All right, we're gonna pass this one. This one is fake orgasm. No orgasm. Fake orgasm.
Come on, Ish.
What? Y'all heard me say,
Ish, get naked. It's time these games.
All right. Y'all better be on your game because this one is easy. This one is super easy. I'm telling y'all before I put it up. 1, 2, 3.
She got the diamond pussy.
Wife. Side piece.
Main
Main bitch side piece.
cock
Wifey
ring.
chicken.
Cock ring.
Oh, cock ring.
I'm like, this shit is so easy. Y'all talking about
I'm
diamond
talking about some
pussy.
fucking main. I'm talking about main chick side. Yeah.
We got a main chick and a mistress. A main chick and a mistress.
All right. Nobody got cock and balls, right?
No.
All right. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Teabag.
Man, that's too bad.
Yes. Why did I know Nell was gonna get that one? Like
They'll love dick sucks. They'll love dick sucks.
I literally knew Nell was gonna get that one first. He said that one super fucking quick.
Did y'all? I know y'all seen the girl on the Instagram who said her eyes was black because she was teabagged so many times.
Yes.
That shit was crazy. That real ish?
What? Black eyed teabagging? I don't fucking know how real. I don't think so. His balls got to be super heavy in order to fucking have black eyes.
No, he be punching her in the face with his balls.
Yeah. Yeah, he gonna have to be like slamming them balls down on the face. Like that is just insane. All right, we got 2 more to go, guys.
What is it? 6'4"?
It is 5'4". I mean 5. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 3.
I had another one, Each.
What did you have?
Respectful. I got I was cock ring and I got something else.
Yeah, you got cock ring, you got booty call, and you got 69.
And I had
nobody got fake orgasm. Nobody got motorboat. And nobody got cock and balls. Those are the only 3. Nell got glory hole, titty fuck, reverse cowgirl, one night stand, blowjob, and teabag. All right, 2 more.
Get naked.
Good night, pussy.
She's a squirter.
Pillow over your face. Oh, squirt.
No,
is this the pillow over your face and go to sleep?
Squirter pussy.
But where the Z's coming from?
Though? I know.
No, it's not squirter pussy.
Put the pillow
That's
over
not
her
the
face.
answer. I'm just repeating.
Oh.
10.
Wet nap.
I don't fucking know. I'm not guessing because I'm supposed to get
sleep in your wet spot.
I'm not guessing, man.
You sleep in your wet spot.
Not the wet spot.
No, not the wet spot. Come on. I want y'all to get this. This is super easy.
She a crybaby.
Look. I'm giving my teacher look now. God damn it.
That was a mean ass teacher. Look, I was all
yeah.
I just had a flashback.
This is super easy.
Help us out in the chat, people. What the fuck?
Yeah. All right. Y'all can help out in the chat. What is this, guys? Does anybody in the chat know what this is? This is super easy.
Teardrop. It's wet something.
Thank you, Sarah and Marilyn.
Dream. Oh man, get the fuck out of here. I ain't 5. I had a wet
What is that? Orgasm?
5 years old.
Wet dream.
I was 5 years old.
Look, Wanda said wet dream, dummy.
I had a wet dream when I was 5 years old.
Wanda, watch your mouth.
Oh my God. Okay. Now listen, this last one is super easy, so be quick on the draw, guys. Ready?
Foot job.
Camel toe.
Yeah, no.
Moose knuckle.
Get them fucking feet out of my face, man.
Not moose knuckle.
Shit.
Not moose knuckle. Get them feet out of my face.
Not moose knuckle. All right, so the ones that y'all didn't guess were fake orgasm, cock and balls,
Well, what was that
motorboat,
first joint that we didn't get?
Cock and balls.
It was cock and ball?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that.
Ball, soccer ball, and the basketball.
No, it was another joint.
The fake orgasm with the X in the
Yeah,
the
it was the only ones y'all didn't get was fake orgasm, cock and balls, motorboat. Y'all got the rest. Y'all got wet dream. Y'all got teabag. Y'all got blow job. Y'all got 69. Y'all got one night stand. Y'all got cock ring, camel toe, reverse cowgirl, booty call, glory hole, and titty fuck. Y'all did get all of those.
All right, I got a question about camel toe, man. Is camel toe? I got a couple questions about camel toe. Is camel toe something that you can develop later, or you always have? And is camel toe? I don't know. I have to think of the second one, but what was that?
Well, I think camel toe was something that you always have. I don't think you develop. Well, I don't know. I'm going to say, yeah, you do develop it. I guess the older you get and the more you mature, maybe you do, because you're not necessarily having it when you're a little girl. But I feel like the shape of your vagina is always the shape. It just gets bigger and larger and, whatever. So I will say that, yeah, it develops the older you get.
Why do some women hate their camel toe, but still show it?
I think the only reason, I mean, this is just me speaking. I feel like the reason why some women hate it is because they think that it's supposed to look a certain way. And if it doesn't look that way in their minds, then it's like, oh my God, I hate the way that looks. But to a man, that could look very like enticing. That could be exactly what it is that they want to see in order to be, aroused or, something that they like. You know what I mean? So
does that arouse you now? No.
Camel toe doesn't arouse you. So
No.
in tights. So wait.
No.
Stay right there. Nell, in tights. When you go to that V area, you love tights.
My eyes don't first go to the V area. My eyes go first to the
butt area. Okay. So after the butt area, does it go to the
after the butt goes to the tone of the legs? After the butt goes to the tone of the legs.
Say. If I'm seeing them from the front, if I'm seeing them from the front, I'm looking at the legs. If I'm seeing them from the back, it's the butt to the thighs.
Right.
That camel toe shit is more for them white boys.
I'm not gonna say it's more for the white boys. I say it's more for like the young bulls. Like when you a little young bull, you like 15, 16, you like, yo, her shit crazy. But when you grown and you seen a pussy before, like, all right, I seen a pussy before.
So y'all don't look at the V in any way, shape, or form.
I'm gonna look at it. Yes, I'm gonna look at it because I love pussy.
my eyes are fixated on the thighs and the butt and the tights and the leggings. Right. I ain't fixated. I can care less about the middle part because I already know what's in there.
Right.
So, all right. So let me ask y'all something. When you do look, maybe that's not the first place that you look. It might not be the most intriguing place for you. It doesn't necessarily do much for you. But when you do look, how do you want it to look?
I don't care how it looks, as long as she don't got the big roast beef lips. As long as she don't have the big roast beef lips, we don't care. Like y'all think we care about?
Can y'all see roast beef lips?
I don't care about none of that.
I
don't care about none of that. It got hair. It could be whatever. It is what it is. It's good. It's cool. Embrace whatever you got going on.
Thanks. Y'all think we care about shit that we don't care about? Like I just said earlier, 5 times, get naked. Man, stop the bullshit.
Right. Yeah. So the camel toe don't even matter. It's not even enticing to you guys.
It's cool. It's cool.
But in a pair of jeans, like I feel like that's when it's.
I don't even want to see you have a camel toe in a pair of jeans. Now, if you got on tights, that's different. I don't want to see your jeans is extremely too tight if you got a camel toe in tights. I don't want to see you with no camel toe in jeans. I mean, I'm cool.
No camel toe in jeans too now.
Bro, I told you what I'm looking at. Like I could kill. My eyes is fixated on them at the ass and them thighs.
The
You
ass.
know what I like? You know what I like in jeans that some people might not like, or some people might not think is inappropriate. I like when a girl got her little ass hanging out the bottom of her booty shorts. I'm not mad at that. That's enticing to me. What's wrong now?
More or less ass, not necessarily the vagina.
Right.
Right.
If her ass is hanging out the bottom of them shorts, man, we rocking. Now we rocking.
Rocking and rolling. So see, camel toe doesn't do it for everybody. Matter of fact, it doesn't seem like it does it for anybody.
It's childish. It's like when you're a little kid and you sitting on the steps with your boy. Look, if you're a little young boy and you sitting on the steps with your friends and you could look across the street and be like, yo, look at Shorty. All right, that's cool. But when you grown, that ain't a thing.
Yeah, I like the ass, man. Even if you want, like, let's say you're riding in the passenger seat car, I might dig my hands down your pants, but I'm more or less rubbing on your thighs. That shit is enticing to me, man.
All right, so wait, let's just say there, since we talking about like some of them emojis. So y'all not titty fucking? I think we talked about this before. And
I can't remember the last time I titty fucked a chick, man. I probably had to be in my 20s, man.
Yeah, I was in my 20s the last time I titty fucked.
Man.
Is not doing it for nobody.
It's cool, but why not titty fucker with fucking the
Why not?
Because I'd rather the pussy. How many times I tell y'all stop making shit so hard? It's simple. Just make it and let's just fuck.
Oh my god. All right, well, what if I don't want to fuck regular every fucking day, 10 times a
We
day?
ain't fucking regular. We gonna do other positions and we gonna do other places, but I ain't got a titty fuck you.
Look at that.
Go ahead. What's next, Ish? Let's go through them real quick before we get up out of here.
All right, yeah, titty fuck. All right, the glory hole. We already know what that is. Y'all sticking y'all dick through a cardboard wall.
I ain't doing the glory hole. I need to see. I need to see what I'm hitting. I need to see what I'm hitting. I ain't doing the glory hole.
No, not doing the glory hole. All right, motorboating. I mean, y'all didn't guess this one.
I'm a motorboater.
Motorboating?
Yeah, I'm a motorboater.
You a motorboater now?
Tell me what that is.
the nipples.
Oh yeah, I'm a titty guy.
Yeah, I'm a titty guy.
I love titty guys.
Okay, he gonna say, "Oh, I love."
Yeah,
I do.
I'm a breath man.
Booty calls. Are y'all doing the booty calls even with y'all chicks?
For sure, for sure.
What do you mean? Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
I want a booty call with everybody, man.
With everybody. All right, reverse cowgirl.
I love reverse cowgirl, but a lot of girls don't like that, is what I'm saying.
I mean, I think it could be a different perspective in regards to, you know, the regular cowgirl, and that intimate direct contact. But I feel like the reverse cowgirl is where you're able to really let loose,
right,
and get wild with it. You just have a little more freedom as far as your body goes, in the reverse cowgirl. So I feel like if people don't like it, they should really tap into it and just give it an extra chance, because you can definitely, you know, really let loose on it.
I think once again, it resorts back to the lazy fuckers. The lazy fuckers don't like it.
Well, yeah, because when you got your back turned, then this is the opportunity for you to really put on a show,
right?
Because all he has is your back. All he has is just that, and so you have to visually stimulate him that way, and that means you have to do work.
Yeah, they gotta do work.
That means you have to do work. So, that reverse cowgirl is the shit. Like,
no, you. Where's the reverse cowgirl on your list?
8.
8. Goddamn.
What that mean? What you mean 8? Like 8? Way down?
You got 8 positions in front of that? Yeah, he got 8 positions in front of that. That's what I thought.
Well, then that means that
doggy style, regular.
All right, wait.
You gotta master how to squat before we can master reverse cowgirl for.
Well, that ain't never gonna happen. So.
Well, that's facts. Like you definitely got to squat.
Go ahead,
In reverse cowgirl. Camel toe. Oh, we talked about camel toe. Cock ring. Guys, y'all like cock rings? No?
I got a cock ring.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, it's cool.
I need to get a cock ring.
What does it do for you?
It ain't about me. It's about shorty.
Oh, so you got like a vibrating one?
Right.
Okay. It doesn't do anything for you?
No. The vibration
Is
on
it
my
really,
dick. What'd you say now?
Is it really like, that's what I'm about to say, like you use one, is it really that or?
Well, it's multiple. It's
really that for the girl. If you smashing her and you turn the vibrating part around, so now the vibrating part is like sitting on top of her clit while you smashing, then it's a thing for shorty.
Yeah, and it also supposed to elongate your erection as well. So
I don't believe that part. I don't believe that
most
part.
men will be like, okay, yeah, I'm able to keep my dick harder a little bit longer with the cock ring. So that's the purpose of it without the vibrator, because if you notice, they sell cock rings without the vibrator portion. Huh?
What'd you say now?
Blood flow off. That's why it's supposed to elongate the
right. Correct. That's the initial thought of it. The vibration part is an addition. Right. Those are just like that's an extra. The cock ring itself is supposed to extend the erection.
Right.
And so that's why most of the cock rings that you see don't have the vibrating portion. So that is a good thing because it can help incorporate her into.
You can only do it with girls that like playing with toys.
Right. And I said this before, there are men who like their balls vibrated. I know y'all said I'm good on that, but
I'm good on that.
There are men who get a sensation from that, and that fucking heightens their orgasms as well. So I know that you can turn the cock ring and then it vibrates her clitoris, but if it turns the other way, it can vibrate his balls. So it just all depends on what you like. It's a multi-purpose.
Don't do that. Don't do that part, man. Don't do that.
Nigga, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that.
You be shaking. All right, we got cock ring. We got one night stand. I think everybody has talked about that before. 69. I think everybody has talked about that before. Y'all said it's overrated for sure. Y'all not necessarily feeling the 69. The 69 is great.
I'm not gonna say it's overrated or underrated. I'm gonna say it's your partner.
Yeah, definitely your partner. And I'm definitely saying the 69 is great. And then you go into the squat reverse cowgirl and drive him nuts. That's all I'm going to say.
You doing a whole lot of capping for these chicks that ain't doing all that.
Okay, I got you, but I'm just saying that is just excellent, magnificent.
Lazy fuckers out here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's excellent, magnificent, ladies. 69 into squat reverse cowgirl. Cock and balls. Every nigga has them.
Yeah, that's something.
Every nigga has them. Cock and balls. What you doing with them is what's most important.
I ain't doing too much with my balls though.
Well, no, not you. Not doing too much with the balls, but
hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Do too much with the balls. Marilyn has a question about.
Yes, here she goes again. Marilyn, ask the question. Why do you always do this? Look at Nell. Why do you always do this? Just ask the question.
Nell put his head down. Come on, Marilyn. What's your question, baby?
Just ask the question. I can't. What's the next one while we wait for her?
Next one was cock and balls. Okay, blowjob.
Definitely.
Blowjob. Okay, teabagging. Are y'all really teabagging, guys? Like, are y'all really doing the teabagging?
It's not a thing. That's one of those things that you just do to tell somebody. That's like a bragging point.
Look at Nell. Nell, you're not squatting down.
It's not
giving them black eyes and shit. You're not giving them black eyes.
That's something.
What?
What? She might like. If she asked you to do it, would you do it now?
No.
What if she
Like, come
liked
on.
it? What if she liked it? No, what if she liked it though? What if she be like, babe, I just want you to put those nuts in my mouth and squat over me? What if that's something that she liked? Are you doing it?
Then if I'm squatting over her with my nuts in my mouth, my asshole on her nose.
Well, actually, your asshole would be.
Yeah, it's the other way, dog. This nigga's
So
wild.
your
You the other way, dog. You wild.
No, you wouldn't. Would you?
Why would you be teabagging her backwards? If you teabagging her, you are facing her. You can look down at her face.
Yo, what is the question, Marilyn? It says question about the 69. Then she says, my question is there. Y'all don't see it. Your
No,
question is weird.
maybe YouTube blocks it.
Yeah, maybe YouTube blocked it.
Maybe
Say
YouTube
it in clean words. Say it in clean words, Marilyn.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Nell say he's not teabagging nobody.
Yeah, Nell said he not teabagging. And the last one was wet dream. Like y'all saying y'all still not having wet dreams.
No, I'm saying last time I had a wet dream, I was a fucking kid, man.
Well, what if you wasn't getting no pussy for 45, 60 days? You not having no wet dream?
Fuck no. It's called masturbation, man. Why would you need to have a wet dream?
Oh man, damn it.
The question is, do y'all men ever get on top during a 69? Let me see.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Let me see how that look. How do that look?
That look great. Fuck my face.
Right. But how am I doing a 69 that way?
Right. Because typically the 69 is her on top of your face and her sucking your dick. But reverse it with her laying flat and you fucking her face and him eating her pussy. Yeah.
No, I might squash you, shorty. and I ain't even a big nigga. And I ain't even a big nigga, but I'd rather you get on top.
Nope. I feel like the only problem that I have with that is just sometimes if the person is not comfortable with the movements of their hips and how they're stuffing your face, that could be problematic.
That's what I'm saying. It's not right.
Great.
It's not right. No, Ish, that's not right.
It's not right. It's not right.
It's not right because if I'm on top and you sucking my dick,
yeah, that's great.
I'm not going to be focused on eating your pussy.
No, I don't know why not.
Because I'm not.
I don't know why not.
If I'm on top, I'm slamming my dick in your mouth, like.
Yeah, I mean that's his. But see, that's the thing. Like, if you think about it, you saying, "Oh, like I'm gonna be slamming it," but honestly, like that might be what she wants.
Right, but I'm not eating your pussy at the same rate. Is what I'm saying.
And that's how we feel on the opposite side when you are eating the pussy and we sucking the dick. Like that's the same thing.
Cut it the fuck out what she wants. Cut the fuck out what she wants you to slam your dick in her throat. Like that's not real.
I mean, that is very real.
It's Capadonna's tonight.
That is not
that's real.
How is that not real?
You slam your dick in her mouth and her throat, and she
taking it. She wanted it. Like, what is not real about that? Stop. Please stop.
I'm not saying that it's not real. I'm saying that is 1 out of 15 girls.
Yeah, that's far and very few between.
Okay, I get you. I get it, and I got it, and I understand. But I too feel like a lot of people don't try to even venture off into those certain spaces because they feel like, it's not necessarily something that they would like. But I mean, tapping into different things, you're going to trust me. You're going to be like, shit, I like this.
That's not true. Some girls like basic plain sex, vanilla sex, and they like that. That's it.
Slamming somebody's throat is
so. Wait a minute. Marilyn says, "No, it's not. Each I enjoyed the standard 69. I just wanted to hear their thoughts."
Right. It's the standard 69 each.
Yeah, ain't nobody letting you ram their throat all up.
No, I know some chicks that's gonna let you.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I
throat,
get it, but this is not a
slim,
casual stuff. Like most of this time, most of the shit is just not what you're doing casually. Obviously, you're going to be with somebody and doing something that you're feeling comfortable with. Like, why wouldn't you try to reverse 69?
What you mean, Esh?
It's not that we don't try, Esh. Nobody's not.
No,
I ain't trying to fuck.
no. How often are you even 69? That is not a regular occasion thing.
But some people really like 69.
Listen.
Some people really like 69. Some people like 69.
If you ask a guy, if you ever asked a guy would he rather 69 or like regular fucking or regular get his dick sucked, he's not going to pick 69.
He's not going to pick 69.
Yeah, he's going to get regular dick suck. Yeah,
boring. Boring.
No, it's Esh, come on.
Look, I knew that was going. I knew that was going to get. I knew that was.
I'm not opposed to 69. I'm just saying that it doesn't happen as often people think it does.
I know, I get it. And then not only that, sometimes if it is tried, it could be uncomfortable and it could be like, nah, I don't bang with that. Right. Like, you know what I mean? I think when you get with your partner, that's when you should be trying things. And some things work and some things don't work. But don't shut your mind out to doing it, period, because it could be just fucking magnificent with
I agree with you, Esh, but you need to realize that most of these women are lazy fuckers. So that's just call a spade a spade. It's a lot of lazy fuckers out here.
Right. And I'm with Sarah. Like, why not? Like, just try shit. I mean, not everything might not, work in that certain specific situation, but still try it. Like,
I'm not opposed to not trying it. Esh, you talking to? I'm with the shits. Talk to your people. Talk to your chat. Talk to your people. The fuck?
I know it's some people with it and some people not with it, and I get it. It's all based on comfortability, and I totally understand that because you gotta be comfortable in what it is that you're doing. Because if you're not comfortable, then you're not going to get the full effects and full benefits of what it is that you're trying to achieve. So I get it.
What I'm trying to tell you is, I'm telling you that a lot of these things maybe like a want, but they could be like body conscious or like they're not secure with their body, so they don't want to, do certain positions or things just because that's why I told y'all I can't fuck with nobody that's not secure about themselves, because it's always going to be these little issues like we can't do this because you don't want to walk around naked.
We all have we all have those body things, and we got to get past that because it will hold you back. It will hold you back. It definitely will hold you back. And you don't want to be held back in regards to sex, because then it creates a mental blockage as well. Not just the physical, it creates a mental blockage as well.
Can you tell them again that if we choose you,
right,
we are accepting all of the things that you consider a flaw. Right. We've accepted. And
like
I'm
not mad at your back rolls. Like I see your back rolls, and I'm gonna rub on your back rolls. Like
I don't care about the food. I don't care about the stomach. I don't care about the nothing that. I don't care. You got 8 toes. I don't care. I like you. So
like I look. I know certain girls that'll be like, no, I don't never want to do a sex tape or whatever because I don't know. Why would I leak the sex tape? Like who? Like who you fucking with?
But I'm comfortable with your body because it's you. Like I'm comfortable with. I see it. I'm comfortable with whatever you got going on. Limitations, flaws, any of that. That shit is a enjoyment of mine because it's on you.
Right. But I mean, I feel like it takes a minute for women to get in that space, even with a man who is comfortable with her flaws. I feel like it takes a minute for the woman to get into that space where she is comfortable.
Do you hear what you just said? And this goes back to what we talked about earlier about insecurities. We can tell you how comfortable and how we like it, but if you're insecure about that, that's always going to be your focus, regardless of if I tell you or if I reinforce it how many times I gotta do it, that it's you that I enjoy looking at.
Right. And I feel like too now, that is what stops individuals from fucking like porn stars and trying different shit because they don't feel comfortable in certain things with their body, certain blockages that they have in their mind. Like, just try it all. If you don't like it, it's okay. Then you don't never have to try it again. But you can at least say, hey, babe, we tried Kama Sutra move number 156 and it wasn't for us, but we tried it. Like, try some shit, try some different shit, let go of the inhibitions in regards to your body because that blocks you. Yeah,
that's a hard thing to say for somebody to try something, because if you're not into it, even if you try it, then it might be wet because you're not into it.
Right, but at least see, here's the thing too, and I get that, absolutely. It might not be for you, and at the end of it all, and what you say at the end of it is, yo, that's not for me. I'm not with it. But what bothers me is people who don't try.
Right, but that's
don't block yourself from being
if you do a lackluster try, did you really try it?
Yeah, because some people don't even try it.
No, you didn't, because you weren't free when you tried it. So you just did it to be doing it. So of course you didn't enjoy it because you wasn't never into it. You just did it.
All right, am I going to look at somebody who tried it and who was lackluster as opposed to somebody who didn't try it at all?
This goes back to the most simplest thing. Don't give me the whack dick suck.
No, I got you. I get you there. But I try to tell people, like, and especially when I'm talking, and this happens a lot in couples. Listen, it happens a lot in couples. I sit down and I talk to couples. I have conversations and all of that. What I find most with individuals is that they just do not want to step outside themselves and try something different. Whether you're going to be bad at it, whether it doesn't tickle you don't know if it tickles your fancy if you don't try.
I ain't trying no ass. I'm trying to tell you, I'm not trying to ass.
Well, yeah, I mean, we already know, and most women know to stay away from the man's ass.
Listen, if a girl knows that she can get on top and do these, she knows her body and she knows what's going to get her to her point. That's all she trying to do.
It's more to just getting yourself off too. Like,
I'm with you. I'm just telling you what they doing.
Well, maybe through some of the erotic zone discussions, we'll have women trying some different shit.
They're gonna stick with you, so they're gonna.
The dick is a playground to explore. Please explore, ladies. Please explore.
Shit.
To the limits, of course, that is comfortable for you and your man, but explore.
What's up? Any last questions before we get up out of here? Before we go on 60 seconds? Anybody got any last questions? Anybody in the chat got any last questions?
Oh, wait. All right. So check in tomorrow. I'll be doing something as far as, this whole little thing. Nell was the winner. He got the most. So I'll tap in tomorrow. Make sure everybody checks the Uncensored Mind page tomorrow.
No, I think you should win somebody in the chat.
Deliver right to you. Deliver right to you. Marilyn has another question. We're gonna deliver right.
Here we go. Here we go, Marilyn. Here we fucking go.
I love it.
Fucking go, man.
I love it.
Nobody don't got no questions.
I think everybody doesn't have any questions. I probably freak them out with try every fucking thing.
They ain't gonna try that shit.
Skin these dicks, ladies. Skin them.
Don't skin my dick.
Look.
I'm motherfucking shit. Don't watch.
Look at Nell. I knew. I just wanted to say. I just be saying shit just to get a rise out of y'all. All right, going in 60 seconds. What we got?
Now, what's up?
So shout outs to everybody again for rocking with us this evening. My take is going to be short. The Denver Nuggets lead the Miami Heat 3-1 with a fourth game tomorrow. It could be the deciding game where the Denver Nuggets hoist the NBA's championship trophy, or Miami could stave off elimination and make it another game. Make it see another game. So, you got game 5. What is it? Game 5 tomorrow.
Game 5.
Game 5 with Miami down 3-1. Jimmy Butler all but done. I'm guaranteed to win tomorrow in Denver. So it'll be very interesting to see if Denver can, hoist that trophy on its home floor, or will that series be going back to Miami for game 6? And hopefully Miami can stretch it to a game 7, which they're hoping. While we're on the topic of game 7, check my boys out on Thursday at 7 p.m. with all recaps of past games, and also hopefully we'll have crowned a winner by then, and they can talk about what's up on the horizon for all 30 teams that are in the league, and all draft picks that will be coming up pretty soon and things like that. So check my guys out on Thursdays at 7 p.m. for game 7. Thank you again for always continuous rocking with us. I know it says HR management and we spoke our piece about that, but I just wanted to say I apologize to the people for tonight. My performance was very lackluster, and the reason why is I'm on vacation, so I decompressed the moment I got here to the Bahamas. I needed this time away from reality. I needed this time away to gather my mental, my spiritual, and my physical, and just be at one with myself and everything. So if it seemed like I wasn't with it tonight or anything like that, I really wasn't because I'm just in a different mind space. But
no, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
When you go on vacation, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many days before you get bored?
For me?
Yeah.
See, I do so much that I need these days, and even the days when it's like, all right, I'm ready to get back to reality. I'm ready to go back home. It's probably like 4 or 5 days. If I'm not doing something different, like last year when we went on vacation, my vacation when we went, to Spain, Italy, and France, I was somewhere new every day. I was somewhere new every 2 days. I could experience something different. It's different when you're doing that type of vacation instead of just sitting back one place and you done did everything the first 2 or 3 days, and now everything is just the same routine. I try to spread out my things just because I don't want to get bored.
So Esh, what's your take, Esh? Are you just happy all the days you can get? Take your mute off, Esh.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy with all the days I can get, only simply because I don't get them that often. So I'm happy with them all.
I'm just asking you that now because I seen Dame Dash say something that always resonated with me, because I always felt this way, is that I build my own vacation and my own sanctity. So that is where I'm like at my peace, like where I'm at home, where all my shit is, and I'm good. Like, so once I'm on vacation,
for me, I need to get away from home, because when I'm home, I figure and find ways to always do something. I'm never at a place of I'm not there, I can't do it. It always seems to somebody needs me or wants me or whatever. Something always needs to be done to where I can't chill the way I need to. But when I'm away from reality, it forces me to do just that, and that's to chill, find myself, just re-energize myself, sleep when I want, eat when I want, move when I want, do what I want, come and go as I please.
I created that in my regular life basis.
Okay.
So when
that's good of you, T. That's definitely good of you.
Right. So when I go on vacation, it's like, all right, the scenery is cool, But now after I see you in the chat, Angelia. So now after I see the scenery, then that's when I get bored. Because I already created my regular life to be able to be like, yo, if I don't want to fucking do nothing today, I ain't fucking doing nothing today. If I want to sleep and watch TV all day, I can sleep and watch TV. All my shit is here. Like my regular life, that's what I try to make. My regular life is my vacation.
Absolutely. Okay, that's a good look. You know what I mean?
So
some people have
you
those.
don't necessarily tap it. So you say after you see the scenery, that's it. So you're not tapping into your surroundings outside of that.
What's outside of that?
I mean, the culture, wherever you are, like the culture, just wherever you are, experiencing wherever you are outside of what is visually attractive to you.
What are we experiencing? Like,
I mean, let's just say if you went to Cuba. Let's just say if you went to Cuba or if you went to the DR, are you tapping into the culture or just beyond
is the culture of the Puerto Rican bitches? What are we tapping into? What are we tapping into?
I've had conversations.
To answer that question, what are you tapping into? It's a lot you can tap into because it's for me, I'm going for not just the scenery, I'm going for the ambiance, I'm going for everything that is of that. I'm experiencing and exploring.
Once you see all the ambiance, like
but then once I see the ambiance, then I get an opportunity now to fall back. But I've created memories of myself that goes beyond West Philly, Southwest Philly, North Philly, Drexel Hill, kind of stuff. All that takes me to a different place that I've created in my mind that I want to go see. To each his own. Everybody got their vice. You know what I mean? Some people can make their mark in their own head and live vicariously right there.
Right.
Some people need to be away from that to be able to appreciate what they have in that moment. So when they get back to it, they can see the fruits of their labor. Some people look at it like that. So everybody categorizes that a number of different ways for them. I know I have to physically take myself out of my world that I've created, because if I don't, I won't ever come out of that.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Immersed in that.
That's what I'm saying.
So immersed in that world that I made. I gotta get out of it.
I can disappear from the world in my crib.
Right, but most people can't do that because they're still being tapped into by the outside, even in their crib. And there's some things like you might be able to detach, but some people might not be able to detach from that. So even if they are in their bubble, like there's still people that are, attaching to them and they're not fully able to do that. So that's like dope that, you are able to do that, but a lot of people are not able to do that. And so when they go on vacation, it's like, you know what I mean? It is.
But that's why I said to me, like, it's like, stop talking and do. If you want to live on the beach, go live on the beach. Like, I'm not that kind of person that's like, all right, let's go on vacation. This is something that I like to do on vacation. If this is something that I like to do, this is what I'm gonna do every day.
Right.
So if I was a beach person,
I would live on the beach. You know me. I'm a go-getter. Once I say I'm gonna do it, it's done. If I put that emotion on my head, it's done. Vacation for me ain't just, I want to do this. I like to see different places. I like going and seeing different places. I like going and seeing different cultures.
Let's stay right there now, because I do like that, and I'm not mad at that. I do like to go and see different places, but that's why I asked you, all right, how many days do you need for this? Because by day 4, I'm like, all right.
You burnt?
Yeah, day 4.
Day 4, you ready to come back home?
Right. These places got small. Look, these places got small TVs. Like, I can't.
Nah, but I'm the bougie guy. So this vacation right here, I'm on this for 9 days. The next one I'm doing is for 13 days. And each one of those 13 days, I will be experiencing something different.
That's what
Every
I'm
day,
saying.
13
Right.
days. So for me, I don't want to just go to a Vegas and stay there for a week, because after 2 or 3 days, I'm sick of it.
Right.
But if I'm going somewhere for 13 days and I'm going to Greece and I'm going to Croatia, then I'm hitting Turkey, I'm going somewhere different that's going to stimulate the mind and put me in a situation like, oh shit, this is new. It's different than where I was at before, and now I got memories that I'm creating in my own head for my own self. I'm not one of them motherfuckers, y'all know. Y'all never see me posting, oh, I want to go here, I want to do this, I want to do that, and be wanting to do that for the next 4 years. No, I'm doing that shit tomorrow if I say I'm going to do it.
Facts.
Right.
So that's what it is.
Facts, man. There's nothing like sleeping in my own bed. I love my bed.
This is true. Yeah.
Yeah, I love my motherfucking bed. But I also like the motherfucking hotel beds at these 4-star, 5-star hotels too. Them shits is plush.
I don't be liking them shits, man. They don't be having the good comforters. Like, I'll be good on that shit.
On, see, get out the Howard Johnson, bro, and go into a fucking.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
They don't be having good comforters.
Top of the line shit.
Yo, I've been in all these hotels. They got small TVs. Show me a hotel that got a big TV, and then I can.
But see, the point of that is to not be sitting and watching TV and to be out and experiencing.
What are we out and experiencing, man?
Every fucking thing, everything.
Y'all have fun. Man.
Nope. It wouldn't be no. Y'all have fun.
Y'all have fun.
Saddle up. We out.
What we doing?
Any and everything. Like, y'all already know, like, we doing some shit as far as I'm concerned. Like, we not just fucking sitting watching.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe I'm on vacations with the wrong people then, because I don't be seeing all of this shit.
I mean, granted, we talked about this whole ocean thing, and you know, like, what is the purpose of watching the ocean? Like, yeah, sure, I want to see the ocean, but we're not just sitting still. We going out into the culture. We're indulging in it. We want to see the people. We want to talk to the people. We want to learn something about their culture. We're going to experience. Like, it's a lot of shit to do while you don't.
I don't like people. Esh.
I like the person that you with. So
not all the time. Listen, I went to New Orleans and they said New Orleans had the best food or whatever. And I was like, just made it.
Because you didn't go probably to the right places.
I went to all the places.
All what places?
I
went to like every top spot in New Orleans.
Yeah, I went to all the big places. I'm like,
I think it's just who you going with, Tim. Because this is no way in the world.
Like, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Outside things do not, like, my mind is a world of its own. So the things that is going on in my mind is bigger than outside things. It's like, all right, that's cool. That look nice. That's all right. But my mind is moving. So my mind is bigger than the outside world.
Right.
People.
So we was going to take some time. We crafted up this idea on Thursday and wanted to bring it to the people's public. As we create exclusive member content, we are creating a new show on Teller Made Network, and the new show will be starring me. I will have my own little thing once a month, and it's going to be called. I'm playing with two names, and it's either going to be called Nell Make It Make Sense, or Booked and Busy with Nell. So be on the lookout.
I'm sleepy.
Why the fuck is you laughing at my announcement? I'm
fucking sleepy. I'm sleepy.
But no, in real life, that we are working on that. It will premiere in July. It's something new that we're going to do once or twice a month, where we have, you know, candid interviews with individuals. I will be interviewing people. You know, real life people, and it's going to be a good time. So sit back and enjoy that when it does come out. So look forward to that. We're growing the network. We're trying to make the Teller Made Network the biggest network out there. We got some things working, and we're going to do some things that will excite y'all, but also bring exclusive content to all of our first class members over here which is y'all. So thank y'all for always continuing to support us every day. Even if it's Facebook page, Spotify, Apple Music, here on our YouTube channel. Thank you for your continued support. Continue to like, share, and comment. Hit the subscribe bell if you haven't. Share it with your neighbor. You know what I mean? Whoever it is, make sure you got Uncensored Minds on your tongue. Thank you.
Yes, and I'm texting in a group chat. Why didn't I know about this? Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
You was drunk, Ish. You know about it.
Why didn't I know about this, Nell? Exclamation point!
Ish. That just goes with whatever else. All other fucking texts I get. You know?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know, that's just that whole thing. But that's great. I can't wait to watch and experience that, dude. So what's up? Make sure everybody has a great weekend. You guys, a great weekend, a great week. You guys ready for the week? Now you gonna be on vacation. Get the fuck out of here.
I see y'all motherfuckers next Wednesday, next Tuesday when I get back. Not this Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Yo, back to this last thing now. I think that because I was hotel hopping when I was 18, that just ruined it for me.
This is true. This is true. You only supposed to grab like 2-3 hours in a hotel to sleep, and then the rest of the time is supposed to be out and about and doing shit.
I implore y'all to go out there. If y'all haven't already, go get y'all passport and see something different than these states that we call the United States. Go out there and see these beautiful places. A lot of places out there that will rock your world. It will literally transform your mind, and make you appreciate your life and what you have. Yeah, some places are beautiful and serene, and some places are third world countries, and you get an opportunity to see, and it gives you a greater appreciation for life.
People, give me 4 days. Give me 4 days.
4 days. Get him out of here. Yo, let's go. Go to bed.
Give me 4 days and I'm out of here, man. I got shit to do. Make sure y'all like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the live bell notification. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Make sure y'all sending y'all show topics as well. Y'all have been slacking on that. We're going to post it on our Facebook page, and we're going to get up out of here, people.
Peace.